All right. So, welcome everybody back to StorytellerSpira's channel. As I mentioned a little earlier, I am just getting over sick, so excuse any frogginess in my voice. But we are back to it tonight. We are getting on to the proper episode of our little gang here at Roland's Club, the Rebel's Kiss, where the Setites have been invited to a very special night known as the Succubus Club. Succubus Club used to be a kindred club out in Chicago for a few decades. It was very well known, even across the U.S. But after its doors closed, the proprietor of the club decided to essentially turn it into a traveling carnival of a club and move it around the states, finding special kindred clubs that she liked, and just sort of running special weekend events. So Helena Panard, the proprietor of the Succubus Club, found the Rebel's Kiss, spoke with Roland, and said she would like to run it there. And the club is underway already as we get going. All of our PCs are in attendance, including Roland, who was most recently at the bar. I do actually have a nice little map, so let me get that pulled up, and I'll do a little more explanation of our setting, catch everybody up. But as usual, let's go around the clock real quick and introduce everybody. So let's start with Articus, the Tremere, Felix the Coat.
Bonjour. So last time I took my three little ratties outside and was able to gather some information of how they got here. No cars, very convenient, especially if they're trying to make a hasty getaway. That's always a kind of good thing. For the whole doing the actual action part of it, well, he's having a Bloody Mary to kind of get and mull himself over before the certain events tonight.
Perfect. And next we have Koznark the La Sombra, Ike Rogers.
What's up, guys? I'm just hanging out, having fun at Roland's awesome club tonight. Really looking forward to having some fun. I really like Roland's plan, so this should be pretty fucking cool. Other than that, no, I'm ready. Let's go.
Next we have Modi Anzus playing the Bruja, Nate Ward.
Unsurprisingly, I agree with my friend here, Ike. I am ready to get this done and over with, and as much fun it is to distract myself with some dancing and some beautiful women, it's time to get down to business.
Next we have Elvish Dame playing our Malkavian, Dr. Kim Brown.
It is not this is not her day, she didn't know why she was called here in the first place. She was just told to bring some blood, and then she was told, hey, guess what, there's going to be a big old fight, you're invited. And she's like, okay. So she did get some clarification. She did get a little bit more motivation as to why she should stick around and help out, including the fact that the Setites, aside from forcibly blood bonding Roland, which is just not cool, did also threaten his child, Clementine, and which is just no. You do not threaten children on her watch, especially when they are actually innocent, which Clementine is. So she's sticking around. She's not really that much of a heavy hitter. She's not sure what she's going to do in an actual fight. She is mainly going to try to keep the masquerade breaking to inside and not spilling out into the streets is her entire plan right now. So
next we have Zabani as our Toreador, Angel Vargas.
Yeah, I'm not as excited as Ike and Nate are. Like this is a shit show. Nothing was planned properly. This is gonna go very poorly. I have seen spur of the moment tactical plans with better planning than this. I'm freaking the fuck out. There's a lot of shit that could go wrong, but I'm gonna try and keep the damage to my friends to a minimum. See if I can't fuck up some Setites, because that's gonna be fun at least.
And last but not least, we have Super Chocolate Bear as Roland Jacobs, the Bruja, owner of the Rebel's Kiss, and the one that is kind of a little bit responsible for half of this.
I would almost say responsible for all of this, but
Exactly.
yeah. Tonight is where we see if all of the risk and everything that is built up to this is worth it. It can go perfectly, or it could all go up in flames in just a matter of seconds. But let's hope that it goes better than that.
All right, so as I said, let's get a little bit more background. It's been a couple weeks for those of you that watch live, and even for me and my players. Might be good for a little bit of a recap. So this is the Rebel's Kiss, Roland's club. It specializes in catering to a mix of humans and kindred, but tonight, during the Succubus Club event, it is only kindred and their own ghouls, some blood dolls. Blood dolls, basically humans who kind of understand what vampires are, but really all they care about is being fed on because it feels so good. So really no outside casualties, potentially, at the club. You can see on the map here in the middle that we have the first floor, which has a bar, some tables, a dance floor with a DJ booth, and up on the second floor has more of a lounge area with a small VIP area in the back. Our PCs are currently spread throughout, as well as some of the NPCs that agreed to help them out tonight. So we have Claudia, the Bruja Primogen, her friend Samuel, the Ventru Primogen, a couple of them saw earlier, and a few other familiar faces are scattered about that all of our PCs are assuming or expecting to be available and helping out. And just recently, the Settites themselves, specifically Dominic and his sire Yvette, as well as another 5 potentially kindred or ghouls, maybe a mix, walked into the club along with them. So, as Felix mentioned, he did send his rats out on a bit of a scouting mission, just trying to check around, see what's going on, keep an eye on those in the club, specifically the Settites. Nate is up on the second floor dancing around with a couple ghouls, just trying to keep himself relaxed and seem natural, not like he's doing anything suspicious. And if I remember correctly, you are wearing Philip's face?
Yes, wearing Philip's face.
All right, so Nate, our Bruja that was originally a revenant for the Jamissi, has flesh crafting, so scared of someone who is supposedly in town looking for him, has changed his face so he looks like a character he designed known as Philip, is dancing around with a couple ghouls. Ike was sitting at a table speaking with Samuel as he came by, the ghoul women, and just kind of relaxing and having a good time himself. Angel and Kim, I believe, are also up on the second floor right now, but kind of off in the corner, feeling a little uncomfortable, not sure what to do. Felix just recently rejoined the actual club on the first floor, and Roland is off by the bar, and he would have just seen the Settites come in. They immediately start sort of spreading out on the first floor. A couple of them seem to know some of the kindred in the club, so they've just been going off and greeting people. And Helena Panhard showed up much earlier. She's already upstairs by the second floor bar.
Sounds good. So Dom, is he heading to the bar? Is he going upstairs? What is he doing? I think I'm just gonna be keeping an eye on him for a sec.
Absolutely. So as Dominic enters the club, he sort of scales off the opposite direction of the bar. So let me... Yeah, so where that little marker went off, in the lower right corner.
Yep.
You see him peel off, and he just starts to talk to a couple of the kindred that are off in that area. And yeah, Roland, you were still last at the bar.
Yeah, so Howard, I guess I'd just, for right now, be acting like everything's normal, checking in with the workers, making sure that everything's going okay.
Oops. All right, yeah. So, for a little while, Dominic and Yvette, as well as these other 5 people that entered with them, those other 5 seemed to actually spread out on their own. They just start enjoying the evening, dancing around on the floor or going upstairs. They don't seem too stuck in one area. But Dominic and Yvette are definitely off trying to smooze around, get to know a couple people. But after a little while, Dominic does actually turn around and spots you at the bar and starts making his way over to you.
I'll stand there and wait for him. I don't want to make it seem like I'm too eager to come and greet him or anything like that. I'll make him come to me.
So Dominic, a tall, attractive young man with sort of reddish hair, a little bit of a stubble, and dark blue eyes, wearing a very, very nice suit, but no tie, shirt's slightly undone, winds his way over to the bar where you're standing and places his arm on the bar facing you and gives a very wide, toothy smile. Roland, you seem to have got this place in order for the Succubus Club. It looks wonderful. And he says, just sort of looking over the area.
Well, that is what you asked of me, so that is what I did. I'm glad you appreciate it.
Of course, and I believe our product is upstairs if we had settled that agreement.
I was going to ask, did we settle that agreement? Did the product come in? Because last... Okay.
Yes, the blood should be in the upstairs bar so it doesn't just go out to anybody. He does want it, he wants the product to make its way out, but it's a special item. It's not just regular blood if anyone ordered that.
Of course. Yes, product is upstairs. It is being withheld from certain people and maybe pushed towards more higher end people, so nothing to worry about.
Good, glad to hear it. I would recommend that you keep it to a 1 to 2 drink minimum per person. 2 might even be a bit much. You understand its potency.
Just a little bit, but I'll make sure to spread on the word. Don't worry about that. Are you going to be sticking for the rest of the night, or what are your plans?
Oh, I planned on it. I would very much like to enjoy the festivities. And as it is the Succubus Club, it's not just the regular club with the DJ and people dancing. There's actually kind of a real carnival atmosphere going on, though a little more dark and exotic. Helena definitely had many people hired for the club that are jugglers, performers, acrobats, all very stylish, attractive young people, just sort of doing tricks and dancing around throughout the crowds, just making a big sight of everything.
Roland will kind of put his back up against the bar and kind of look out at everything. Dominic, I know we maybe got off on the wrong foot. Hopefully things can get better between you and I.
Dominic raises an eyebrow and kind of looks you up and down and nods. I agree. I would very much like to continue our professional relationship. I think we can both gain a lot from each other out of it. I never wanted this to be anything unpleasant.
Just maybe no more dropping by around my child, or we both know the game. I'm just saying maybe drop it a little bit and we could go a little bit easier on each other.
Dominic folds his arm and laughs a little bit. Of course, I'm sorry about that, Roland. That was, in fact, Yvette's idea, and I just can't say no to her.
You didn't mean to stop by in a malicious way. It was just purely Yvette.
He gives a little shrug. Yvette wanted to see the club, and when I told her you had a little one of your own, she was just a little more than curious. Wanted to go meet the young woman. I'm sure you've heard from your babysitter, whoever it was, that no harm came to Camilla.
Say that again? Sorry.
He kind of trails off, like not remembering her name exactly.
No, like I actually didn't hear you. What
Oh.
did you say?
He said, of course, Yvette and I, we just wanted to see the club, or she wanted to see the club. She heard you a little one and wanted to meet the young woman. But I'm sure you heard from your babysitter that no harm came to Camilla.
Yes. No, I heard it. To be honest, I thought it was more of a power move that you were trying to threaten me in a way.
Not at all, Roland. I just wanted to get to know who would be working for us.
With us? I'll
Yes,
give a little
of
bit of a smile.
course. Yes, of course, with us. We're very much happy to have both of you on staff, potentially.
Roland will I'll reach out my hand and give him a handshake.
He takes your hand in his and, gives a very hearty handshake back, that like big, like kind of like you can feel his bicep, kind of flexing as he shakes your hand.
Anything you want is on the house tonight, just as a favor of more an act of goodwill between you and I. But I'll catch up with you later. I'm gonna go check around the club. Enjoy yourself, please.
I appreciate it. And he gives you a nod and sort of wanders almost aimlessly back into the club, not looking to go in any specific direction. Back up on the second floor.
Oh, I was actually at the bar drinking a Bloody Mary.
That's right, yeah, you were at the bar, so you would have, it's loud in the club, there's a lot of music, people talking and dancing around, but if you were particularly interested, you probably would have been able to hear most of that.
Oh, yes, of course. Why not? I am the eavesdropping eavesdropper Canadians.
We've been dropping no eaves, sir.
What?
All right, and back up on the second floor where we have Nate dancing with a couple ghouls, Ike sitting at a table laughing and just sort of enjoying himself. Kim and Angel a little awkwardly in the corner. What's up, Ike?
Is the Venture Primogen still sitting chill with me, or did he get up and leave? Because remember, me and him were chatting.
Let's say he's still sitting there.
I remember he beelined it because you were acting very weird. There.
That's all. I was just curious if he was there, because you said it was sitting there with people. I just want to know if he was still there.
Yeah, so Samuel Haynes, were vaguely introduced to him a little bit earlier, is the Ventru Primogen, and you seem to understand that him and Claudia have an okay friendship or at least allies in different business. He was the one who helped remove Daniel from the awkward situation of who's babysitting who. And it seems that he's here also to assist with whatever ends up going on tonight.
Is it just open floor?
Yep. What do you mean?
Is it just ready for anyone to chat, or?
Yes.
While I'm smiling at the girls, and once I sense a bit of a lull in the conversation, I'm gonna just kind of look at him and be like, "So, Mr. Suit, whatever happened to our confused friend?"
Sam just raises an eyebrow. I'm sorry, what are you referring to?
Yeah, he acted a lot like that.
And he takes a moment and then realizes, oh, right. You're referring to Daniel, I assume?
Well, I didn't know if you seem like you might be a little too good to remember his name, but yeah, that guy.
He sort of cough snorts just at the obvious snide remark, but then shakes his head. Daniel's in safekeeping for now. He's didn't seem in the best of mental states, so we're trying to do what we can to help him.
I do want to put on record, Ike was not being too snarky. He was laughing at, the fancy suit guy having to play babysitter, but it was a genuine joke, not a snarky remark.
Sam didn't take it too harsh, but he still kind of was just
Oh, so I guess you didn't get anything out of him? I was really kind of wondering where he was from.
nothing as of yet, but we still have a ways to go. He's doesn't seem to want to open up, and we're not trying to force him to do anything he isn't comfortable doing.
Oh, like a crazy hospital? Like, therapy, but you guys?
Something along those lines.
Ah, okay. I'll just go back to chit-chatting with the girls then, unless he's interested in continuing.
No, he if you aren't speaking to him directly, he's still he looks like he's trying to casually watch the room without being too obvious about, scanning the area. I believe all of you did initially see the Setites come in. At some point or another, you got a good eye of them. At this point, Angel, who's definitely keeping Eagle Eye out, you see 3 of the original group come up the stairs to the 2nd floor and start heading over to the bar. Huh?
3 of what original group? Because I'm fairly certain this is the first time I've ever seen any Setites.
3
that's in here.
3 of the people who originally came in with Dominic and Yvette.
Would I have been able to see them from upstairs?
I believe you initially were by the stairs.
I walked in, opened through the left through the elevators and beelined upstairs because it was too loud downstairs.
Okay. All right. Then I'll just say, since you're watching the stairs anyway, you see 3 people come up the stairs. All 3 of them wearing very dark sunglasses.
All right.
Which, not that you know exactly what that means, but it does kind of stand out.
Yeah. All right. I also, one thing that I did kind of want to do is quickly and carefully test to see if turning on hearing aspects is too overwhelming.
I won't say that just initially turning it on is too overwhelming, but it basically makes the music louder, a little more physically abrasive to your ears. And then if you try to hear through it, it's gonna be like people kind of all shouting through megaphones. So everything's a little louder and clearer, but also at the same time oddly more jumbled.
All right. Cool, then I'll go back to the site and keep my quick insight up.
Okay.
And so I see the three people in the sunglasses have a vampiric aura, not a ghoulish aura. Because that's one of the things that I did when we started. I dropped Auspex and
both
Quick
dropped
Insight.
Auspex, yeah.
And I took Quick Insight as well.
Yes, you did. So as these three enter the second floor, you notice that one has a very pale aura, so you recognize that as an actual kindred. The other two, however, their auras seem the normal brightness of a human. So you can assume they're maybe blood dolls, but very likely ghouls.
All right.
They start to make their way over to the bar on the second floor, where Tina, actually no, it was Lucille, one of the bar employees, one of the kindred that works for Roland specifically, has been sort of waiting and speaking with the bartender very quietly. So Lucille, with her wild blonde dreadlocks and a few piercings and very punky club clothing, has just been sitting there. As the three approach the bar, she leans in, says a couple more words to the bartender, and seems to skitter off quickly.
And all four of us, I guess, notice those three approach the bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would definitely see that if you were keeping an eye out. Nate, since you're watching also, even though you're dancing around with that one girl, you would probably maybe notice Angel watching those three specifically as they approach the bar. And Kim as well. They can kind of see their eyes follow them.
Is that them? She says she kind of leans over to Angel. She has no idea.
I don't know. It's the sunglasses thing is weird.
That's really weird. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. This is the first time I have ever had any interactions with the Setites.
Yeah. Hey, also as an aside, Kim is the worst person to try to keep cover at a club event because she won't drink from anything and she pretty much won't dance. So that's it's just not, she is not comfortable right now.
I'd usually be fine if it wasn't for your fucking sire.
As those three sidle up to the bar, Lucille had ran off for a second, but then actually seems to make her way back up to the three and does that kind of double arm thing across all three of their shoulders. Seems to be talking to them, and she, it looks like they start to follow her off into the VIP room on the second floor, with a few drinks each in hand.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's them. They're going to the VIP room.
All right. Well, I guess we should go up there then.
Roland hasn't gone up there, and I think the guy, the one that's a guy, right?
Oh yeah. So to clarify, there is one male, and he seems to be the one with the actual pale aura that you can tell is kind of a kindred. There are two women with him, the ones that seem to be still human. The two young women actually have kind of short punky hair, just seem like they're there to mostly have a good time. Maybe even if they are ghouls, they're probably fresh. They don't seem very serious. And the man with them with a very short cropped hair, again, all three of them wearing sunglasses, seems to be kind of enjoying his lordship over the girls.
So yeah, it's probably them. I think we're supposed to be waiting for Roland.
I'm just waiting for a signal of any kind.
Let's just watch for a little while, see what happened. Oh yeah, you did show everyone Dom's face because I was I don't know what this dude looks like.
You guys may not necessarily know what the other ones look like, but he definitely showed you Dom's face.
Okay, so that was not Dom.
No.
Yeah, okay, because I remember I was I don't fucking know what he looks like, and so he vicissituted himself.
I'm just waiting for a signal of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah, you
If
and me
there
both.
isn't a signal, I'm sure someone throwing a punch will be signal enough.
You're not wrong.
All right. Back
guess
down
I
on
was.
the first floor again, real quick. Let's see. We've got Roland and Felix. Both of you go ahead and give me a perception alertness roll. Just at 6.
Gross.
That was alertness.
Yes.
Whew. What was the chance of that?
Nice.
My
What were the
one
chances of that?
alertness. And I got so excited I exited myself out of the window. Did my second?
I'm done.
Did
That's
my
the only
s-
thing I'm rolling tonight.
Did my second roll? No, it didn't go through.
No, let me get that 10 exploded roll.
Blammo,
What?
guys!
What?
How can it happen?
That's a D20. That's a D20.
What
you, shut up.
even?
No, it's a D20. He's correct on that one. Fucking, then I exited
Oh,
myself
no.
out of it again on accident. I really need to change my push to talk button.
You're good.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So, all right, Felix, you are maybe feeling a little bit very, very out of place. You don't like this whole kind of scene at all. You're much more comfortable in a cemetery talking to ghosts than being around a bunch of people dancing around in a loud club. But Roland, this is do or die for you tonight. All of this is like for Clem. You want Dominic and Yvette, if possible, dead. You know, you're keen-eyed. You see Claudia very subtly, but still moving around, and just even the way she's speaking to people looks momentarily as if she's having fun, but then the second she's done speaking to people, they start to move off on their own. You can see this, like, kind of dance, like a chessboard of where she's sending people left and right, and, you know, making sure people are in position where they need to go. And you do see a young woman, kind of waifish, with, like, medium-length brown hair, and a young man with short cropped brown hair in a very nice button up and slacks. The two of them were standing together. She walks up, she's laughing and, like, you know, puts her hand on the guy's shoulder. And just a moment later, the guy goes off in one direction and the girl starts heading upstairs. And again, you're kind of picking up that this is plan in motion and not just people moving throughout the club.
And this is Claudia, the old girl, Claudia.
Yeah, you're a primogen.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So Claudia is she's obviously doing what she needs to do. Have I noticed Art down at the end of the bar?
Yeah, I feel like with his bandana and ratty coat and everything, you might notice him.
I'll walk up to him and check him out and see how he's doing. Felix, how are you doing?
Bonjour. Well, it's a little loud.
Yes, it gets that way sometimes. It is a club.
I guess that's probably a good thing tonight.
It will definitely be to our advantage as long as things get handled correctly.
So, and he raises his drink and just sips it. I'm just feeling it out.
No, okay. Hopefully you're feeling it out in a good way.
Of course. Just trying to think of all the other scenarios that might happen. Well, they did come here in cab, so there's that.
In a cab? Is that what you just said?
Yes. I
Yes,
think there were 2 cabs, but yes.
Yes, I guess that is a good thing, maybe. But yes. Have you seen the rest of everyone else? Are they upstairs?
I'm not sure. I was outside.
No. All right. Well, finish your drink. Have another if you need to. Feel loose. I don't need you having any problems when it comes time.
Don't worry, I can handle myself.
Perfect. And I'll cane walk my way upstairs.
Oh, sorry.
Roland, before you head upstairs, roll me your perception again, but the difficulty is only going to be 4 because you did so well before.
Woo! Perception and alertness?
Yes. It's not a botch. No, it's not a botch. Don't worry about it. I was just wanted to see if you noticed something or not. You don't. So you go ahead and walk upstairs. Nate, I need you to roll me perception alertness.
All right. Nothing.
Yep. All right. So, more unnoticed people wandering around.
She's really fun to dance with. Have I mentioned that?
Yeah. Yes, this lovely young ghoul lady who actually has a bit of a snarky, sassy personality has apparently
That's what's fun.
has apparently taken all of Nate's attention away from the rest of the evening. Alright, so Roland, you are heading upstairs. Felix, you're still downstairs for the moment. But otherwise, that makes just about all of our PCs upstairs on the second floor. Felix, you will notice, since you at least know what Dominic looks like and you saw him speaking with Roland, that he goes and returns to a booth off in the back wall, speaking with a very, almost obnoxiously gorgeous woman with long brown hair and a very nice, stylish club dress.
Right. And now Felix has to double contemplate, was that the signal? If he goes upstairs. But he'll just pleasurably sip at his drink because obviously if he's not upstairs, then I guess he doesn't need to be upstairs. So I guess Felix will improvise and keep watch. Very terribly.
Up on the second floor, Roland, it takes you a little while since you are still under a bit of aggro damage, but you limp your way upstairs with your cane, and at the top of the stairs, you can now see a good portion of the second floor, the people that are dancing around, a few people at the bar. You can basically see and hear that there are a couple people already in the VIP area, and a tall woman with long blonde hair in kind of a nice feminine suit with a nice white blouse kind of harshly knocks your shoulder while walking past you.
And she just keeps on walking away pretty quickly, or is she turning?
She knocks your shoulder really hard, and just takes a couple steps away, but then otherwise stands, parallel to where you're standing.
I'll walk up to her. Excuse me, do I know you?
She gives you an oddly familiar smile, and then says, "Sunshine sent me. What the hell's going on?"
Sunshine. What did she send you for?
She said you're about to end up Schitt's Creek. Now tell me what's going on.
Well, I didn't know she cared so much.
Apparently.
And not to seem unappreciative or whatever you want to call it. How do I know you are with Sunshine?
The woman laughs, and it sounds a little deep, and again, kind of oddly familiar. Who else knows her as Sunshine?
Deckard, is that you? Have you changed your... Deckard?
The woman keeps laughing even harder, like actually kind of like bends over a little bit, but straightens up and says, "Try one more time."
Oh, Benedict.
She puts her hand up real fast. Why do you think I'm dressed like this? Quiet.
What would you like me to call you?
She looks awkward for a second and then says, "Liz."
Roland tries to stifle a laugh a little bit, but he'll kind of crimp his arm out for Liz to take his arm so we can walk arm in arm together.
With a big smile, she puts her arm around yours and allows you to lead her around.
How much did she tell you, Liz?
She shakes her head. Not that much. Just like I said, told me you were going to be in trouble. So I figured I was in the neighborhood. I'd come see what was up. For her sake, almost more than yours.
How well does Benedict pull off pretending to be a woman?
Body language, voice, everything's there.
It's like a little bit too good.
Little bit too good. It's really kind of just like that laugh and the smile and the slight sarcasm that really only gives it away to people who would know him.
Okay. Liz,
I mean, maybe a bit more tomboyish, but otherwise, no one would really guess.
I must say, this is too good.
She gives you a very large, toothy smile, and you could even, like, just in your own memory, place where those jagged teeth should be, except it's all pearly whites. Thanks. I've practiced.
I'm sure. I'm sure you saw a certain group or house of people come in a little bit ago.
She shakes her head. No, I just got here a minute.
Well, and I'll kind of look around. Some of them just came in, and not all of them are going to be leaving.
So, Benedict as Liz gives a wide glance around the second floor. Who am I supposed to be looking out for?
Looking out for... What do you mean?
Who am I supposed to be looking for if I'm here to help you?
Dominic is, I'm assuming, who you'd be looking out for.
And
his whole gang. I believe they're all here, so they would be who you would be looking out for.
Ugh, she says, a bit annoyed, and gives you a friendly but very hard slap on the shoulder. I'll figure it out on my own. And she starts to walk off, seeming to kind of like schmooze around with the clientele. Ike, you are still at the table with Samuel. You've seen Roland now up on the second floor speaking with a woman that you haven't seen before, but they seemed a little chummy. Similar for Angel and Kim, you would have seen this. Nate, let's say you're still transfixed with nice, sassy ghoul lady dancing on the floor with you.
Can I get her number?
You should ask her.
Yeah, that's what I kind of meant. So as we're dancing and I'm transfixed by her wonderful personality and obviously nothing else, I meant her blood. Gonna just stop and... So this has actually been surprisingly fun tonight. Shit, what was her name?
I don't remember, so let's name her.
That was the one reason I was interested in her, because it's like, God damn it, I'm not gonna be a dick like Ike. I'm gonna remember her name.
Yeah, it was last week. I can't remember, and I didn't write it down. Her name will be... I keep thinking up terrible female names. Like, no, why would you ever want to name anyone that?
I was about to say one, but it was my wife's name, and I'm like, not that one.
Just go with Vicky or something. Who cares? Vicky
I am
from
not,
the club.
No.
Emma.
Yeah, you know what? I think one of the girls was named Emma, so her name is Emma.
So yeah, like I said,
I know what she looks like. I can't remember her name.
So this has actually been a surprisingly large amount of fun, Emma.
I've had fun as well, Nate.
Wow, this is going to sound stupid. Is this a regular place for you, or what do you typically do?
Emma shrugs and laughs a little. I've been here once before. I'd say I'm sort of new to the scene, so no, I'm not a regular of any sort.
Well, I'm on decent terms with the club. If you would like to meet me here some other night, I think we would both enjoy it.
You know the owner, and you can practically see the air quotes without her fingers moving.
I mean, it's something like that.
She laughs, and then she's got, like, a little clutch purse back at the table that she walks back up to, and you see her, like, take out a pen and a piece of paper and start scribbling on.
I'll just follow her, and I assume she hands it to me when she's done.
Yeah, so as you follow back up with her, she turns around, hands it to you, kind of like places it actually in your palm. And Ike, you are present to all of this. Same table.
Ike is smiling and watching very intently. Like, not actually saying anything, but if Nate's paying even the smallest amount of attention, he can, like, tell that Ike is biting his tongue.
Samuel, by the way, also sitting at the table. Doesn't exactly look disappointed, but just a little bit like, is this the right time? Okay.
Do I obviously pick up on both of their expressions?
Ike is definitely going to be obvious. Ike is not really the subtle sort, and definitely not tonight. Sam maybe just kind of like looks like he just glances in your direction and then off again.
Then Nate's going to be oblivious to it all.
Perfect. I know it's a little early, but I do need a quick little break myself. I need to calculate a couple things. So we're going to take just a slightly early break tonight. I know we've only been playing for about a half hour, but just a couple minutes. Our players, unless they have to run off, we'll keep you all occupied for a moment.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam.
Did I rip a security door off the hinges? I think I tried, but I stopped.
You did something inside of Dom's house downstairs.
Yeah, I went to tear it off the hinges, but I stopped because it was going to be super loud, but I did crack it.
Yeah, I remember you did something. Maybe.
Depends on how up to date them all is on the YouTube videos. Because, yeah, it gets more subtle with Ike. Don't worry.
Did you say Ike was subtle?
No.
I said apparently. Apparently he's subtle because people don't seem to get the hint.
Okay.
Which is the fun of playing him, because people don't take his "don't fuck with me" vibe seriously, and then I can't help it. I thought it wasn't subtle. Clearly, it was.
What dessert does your character miss the most? What dessert?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Wait, what? How am I playing?
Gamshed,
There's no kidnapping happening. It's straight up murder, and they're all helping. They're not stopping.
Time for murder.
I
mean, no one even tried to stop this whole plan from fucking happening.
What the
They're
fuck
all.
was I supposed to do?
Ike was chomping at the bit.
In answer to Gamshed, I think just like a classic apple pie.
Maybe like Bananas Foster? That's pretty solid.
I feel like Ike is like a warhead.
It's
Like, really
a stupid,
unsettling,
really
sour
cheap ass
first.
piece of candy. That's great.
Yeah, I think like ultra sour at first, but he'll grow on you and kind of sweet after a while.
Well, it's not what he is. It's what candy he misses. What dessert he misses.
Oh,
What was your character ever in love? How did it change them? Ooh. Oh, hey, Angel. Why don't you answer that one? Since I know
Yes and no. So Angel is gay, and before his embrace, he had one male relationship, and the dude was an asshole and he was abusive, and it was in like the 80s, so it was still definitely not a thing that you could be public about. And then he he pushed Angel out of a window, and Angel had to go to a hospital, and that's just one of the many things that led to the shit that was his life that made him consider committing suicide before he got embraced. So he doesn't really want relationships kind of ever again.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
Also-
but Granny Agnes saved him.
Aw.
Lord, to answer your question, the plan is to get Setites drunk, make sure we don't get too drunk, and then kill them.
This is the best plan. I see no problems happening with this plan whatsoever. I foresee zero problems.
I, in fact, see negative problems. Like,
There
it's
you go.
actually going to solve more problems than just having Setites in the city. This
Oh
is
my
also going to reduce my my home equity.
Oh yeah, man,
Ike-
for sure.
Ike's on the other side. He's like,
Property
why do we have
values
to get
are
them
gonna
drunk first?
I mean, if you want to get drunk, go for
No, I
it.
said, why do we have to get the Setites drugged up first? That just seems like a waste of time.
I mean, we don't have to,
Kill them now.
but it was just, part of the plan.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, the plan is just not a plan. But hey, kill him. So at least
Yeah.
this way, it's got at least 2 steps.
Exactly.
Ike likes that first plan. Step 1, kill them. Like it.
I don't know. That was a good question. Hey, Felix. Has Felix ever been in love?
Many a night.
That doesn't count. You know what I mean.
I would say yes. Probably just once. And I will leave that there.
All right, I'm going to get back at it.
And there goes chocolate cake.
Ah, okay. That's fine. Another minute of talking then.
So, Spira, how much have you been, waiting for this night? It's
So it's like a mix of like super excitement because like first like probably big combat game. It's a big, huge, like it's one of the arcs that I've been playing with for like 10 months now that we've been playing. Also completely terrified because I have maps all over the place and plans and details and notes, and I still just like, oh, this is gonna go bad so bad. My games are about deep conversations and, politics and stuff. This is gonna be fun.
Time to remember combat. I think pointy end goes towards person, right? Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, music stopped. I was trying to get that back up.
Gameshed or Gameshed or whatever we decided it was.
Gamshed.
Ask StorytellerSpira, what dessert does Claudia miss most?
She was human, back in like the 20s, so probably something like a Bananas Foster.
Has she talked to her local Tremere?
She has not. She has met the Primogen and one or two because she is a Primogen, but the Tremere aren't exactly like, hey, let's have a Banana Foster social.
It'll work. I'll let you taste it.
Too bad that she would find the taste of it awkward and wrong, because in the 20s they were using a different breed of banana that since got infected by disease and is no longer used. So our bananas taste different. That's why artificial banana flavor tastes wrong.
You mean so, right?
Well, it just doesn't taste like banana to us.
Are you telling me that I could always just had a candied banana back in the 20s?
Yeah, like the Runs flavored bananas. That's regular banana flavor back then, apparently.
Yep.
What? But those ones taste so good.
Yeah, that's what bananas used to taste like.
Fuck, we fucked
Until
up.
like,
Guys.
what, the 50s?
Yeah. Yeah, they've been gone for a while, considerably, but, like, if I think of it sometime in this century. It was a strain killed them out or something like that. Yeah, Gros Michel bananas, or however it's pronounced. I like bananas, I'm just saying. Oh, no, not gross. That's what they were called.
Sorry, my actual name is Michelle. Just
Yes,
to clear that up.
gross,
That was a
Michelle.
joke
You like
on my
banana?
actual name, and that I had said Bananas Foster as like the dessert that Kim misses. Sorry.
Oh, is that what you said too?
Ruins it. Huh? Yeah, Bananas Foster.
Yeah, we're gonna get started. I'm just waiting for Zibs to come back real quick. I just didn't want him to miss anything.
Oh, God. Hey, no, so I always have a get out of jail free card, right? Because now I always know where Lily is, like, all the time. So I can always just run in and ruin the plot and go get her, right? That's fine.
Is she the girl I'm talking to? I need to know.
I have no fucking clue, man. I can't.
You just contradicted yourself.
Look into her eyes. See if
I'm
you can
not
see them.
actively, it's not my, like, turn yet. I haven't actively been like, hey, is the person that Nate happens to be talking to Lily? That seems like a thing that I would just randomly think to check. Yeah, thanks.
I like the idea Kim's just gonna be looking at everybody now like, are you? Okay, never mind.
No, because Lily's always shown up as Lily. She's never shown up as someone else yet. So she has no reason to think that.
I like to imagine you look behind like every closed door and like cabinet and you're like, is Lily gonna come out of that drawer?
Oh, hey, real quick, before we get into the actual combat, I did send you a message, but can I go ahead and grab the second dot of obfuscate before we start? Because I really have no combat. Like,
Yeah, no. That's what I said before the game got started, so that's fine.
Thanks. Okay, cool. I'm gonna grab that then. Because then I can at least sneak up behind people and shank them, like, very ineffectively. but so I have very little stealth.
Pay
But
no
still.
attention to the short Korean woman behind you.
Right?
Okay, well,
I'm a doctor. I know where to stab you where it hurts.
I don't know what Zvani's up to.
Look at that cat!
We'll just fill him in. I'm just gonna kind of get like back to getting it started. So on the second floor, Nate wandered back to the main table where Ike and Samuel were sitting and has gotten the number off of this one lovely young ghoul lady. Just about a moment later, another two women walk up kind of right behind him.
Who's the two? Was it to me?
Nate.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have
Is he
earbuds
too
in.
busy with the cat?
He doesn't have earbuds in.
Maybe.
Modi,
He's too busy
Modi,
petting his kitty.
Modi.
Good job.
Hey, Modi, how's it going?
Spirit talked to you
nope,
twice.
it fell out.
Oh,
Nope, it fell back
His
out.
cat keeps eating it.
This is so good. Hey, Modi, how's it going, buddy?
Good. What's up?
Spirit tried to start plot with you twice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were waiting on Zibs. I'm so
I mean,
sorry.
I was, but I was like, I don't know what he's doing, so I was just gonna kind of get back into it. It pertain to Angel right this second, so.
Sorry, I was distracted by Cat.
It's okay. So as you are getting the phone number off of this one lady, two others actually walk up behind you, and you do recognize the one as Tiffany, a ghoul you've met before from one of Claudia's friends. And both her and the young woman that is with her, another young woman with like medium length blonde hair, both of them wearing just sort of like simple dresses, but they both seem kind of drunk.
Is the woman coming up to me the one that knows Claudia, the one pictured, Tiffany Porter?
Yes, Tiffany and another woman with her. Both of them seem a little bit drunk, and they seem to try to be getting your attention.
What's Nate calling himself these days?
Philip.
Philip? I'm just gonna, like, I just gonna laugh. Damn, Philip!
Philip will turn to you slightly confused, and I assume you're kind of like looking at them.
Yeah, I'm joking about the three girls now with you.
And I'll turn to just, hey, can I help you two?
Tiffany, like I said, both of the girls seem a little bit tipsy. Not giggly, though. Just obviously the signs of, their body language seeming a little bit, off. And Tiffany just kind of nods at you. With Claudia, right?
Yeah, Claudia, what's up?
She'll look around a little bit and nod to a more quiet, slightly deserted corner of the room.
He'll just nod and turn back to, what do we decide on? Emma as her name?
Yeah.
Smile at her, take the number, and follow the other two towards the table.
Emma does raise an eyebrow with you about to wander off with another young woman. I see.
Don't worry, they're his mom's friends.
Emma looks right to Ike.
Nate will
And
nod as he walks up.
Emma turns right to Ike and looks him up and down. Again, he looks like a 13-year-old in a busy kindred club and says, I'm sorry, I don't think we met.
No, I don't think I've had the pleasure. You want to give me your phone number too?
She actually laughs somewhat genuinely at that. But as Nate wanders off with Tiffany off to a slightly more quiet-ish corner of the club, it's quite loud and so wild in the club, she stops him and leans in very close, speaking, the three in the the three in the room now, they've had a bit to drink. they're definitely going to be a little bit easier to work with.
Now? When did they come upstairs? There are 3 of them in there?
Tiffany puts a hand to her head and like kind of, she's starting to look even more than just drunk. Like she's a little bit weak. A little while ago I went in with Lucille. Like I said, they've had a bit now.
Well, I guess there's nothing else to say, shall we?
She looks a little confused. I mean, I did my part. I'm not... And she places her hand on a couch and looks like she needs to sit down.
Sorry, I was... Yes, take your rest. Thank you.
So she sinks into one of the sofas that's nearby and just sort of looks a little zoned out, but sort of keeps blinking her eyes to keep herself awake.
And Nate will walk over to... Not Angel.
Yeah, nope, no Angel. I also want to figure out why I'm not hearing the music. Apparently it's playing, but I'm not hearing
I
it.
hear it.
I hear it.
I know,
Did
I
you
don't
hit
know
the
why.
button?
There we go. I knocked my headphones to the wrong channel for me. Alright, so Nate is going to go talk to Angel whenever Angel reappears from the other. Felix, you are still downstairs, kind of keeping an eye on a few different things. You do know what Dominic looks like. He is still currently speaking with the very beautiful woman off to the side. Otherwise, the room just seems to be at a normal pace of a busy fun club.
So, something I don't know. I'm
Yes.
just kidding. I know
Yeah.
a little bit now. I'm a veteran. I've been there four times. I know what's going on now. Well, trying to think here. I mean, he's gonna, probably finish up his drink there and kind of try to wonder what's going on upstairs. He's gonna go upstairs.
All right, so Felix is making his way up to the second floor. At this point, we have all the PCs up there. And at least as far as Nate understands, as far as Nate understands, a couple of, at least like 3 of the people who arrived with Dominic, it seems, are off in the VIP room in the back, and have been, given a couple drinks. They're a little bit intoxicated, that sort of thing. Let's see. And Angel and Kim are at least aware that some people had entered that room and seemed like, something along the lines of they seemed a little off since they had sunglasses and they saw even like Nate kind of look in that direction.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so Nate, you were heading over to Angel.
Yeah. So Philip is going to approach Angel and Kim. What's up, guys? You having fun? As just kind of making stupid small talk as he gets closer to Angel.
Yeah.
Apparently it's time. Are you in?
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like what in for what though? Like exactly.
There are 3 of them in the VIP room that have been prepped.
And okay, Dominic has not walked in, correct? This is out of character.
Yes, correct. Dominic has not walked in.
Not in the second floor. Dominic and Yvette are downstairs, but you guys haven't seen them.
Dom's not in there yet, though.
what's the plan with that? The 3 of them in there, and they've been prepped and ready to go. I mean, what are we?
I
Let's
thought
do
the
it.
entire point was Dominic.
Give me 1 second. Look around, and do I see that Roland's up there yet?
Yes.
I'm gonna make my way to Roland.
Chances are, if I saw Kim,
You get to play telephone today, Nate.
And- I was probably walking towards you guys anyways, because I would have saw R2 just sitting there, just not doing anything. So yeah, I as you guys were talking, I'd probably walk up to Nate, Kim, and Angel. How are you all doing?
Great, but what the fuck is? Where's Dom?
Downstairs. Why?
What's the plan? We currently have 3 of his lackeys back there, and he'll kind of half nod towards the VIP room, and they've been prepped and ready.
Well, I didn't know that we were jumping into this so quickly. If you all are ready now, then I can try and get him in there now.
I mean, I feel, yeah, okay, cool, because he's the plan. He's the focus here.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yes, he is the focus, but of course there could be backlash for anyone in the room or anyone that hears. So, yes, he kind of like wiggles. You see him kind of loosening up a little bit. Let me go downstairs and I'll see if I can get him. If you 3 would like to be in the room waiting, it would probably be less suspicious than just a crowd of people walking in afterwards. Have a drink, blend in, make it look normal.
All right, I guess, cool.
Fair enough. I guess we're going to get drinks.
Good.
What specifically should we not touch?
Don't touch anything that is going to mess with your mind enough that you're not going to be able to perform any duties. There could be girls up there with acid, LSD in their blood, and that's not something you're going to be able to perform if it's in you. So alcohol, if that's your thing, cocaine, speed, anything that just keeps your brain clear. I don't care if you drink werewolf blood, go for it, but just stay away from heroin, stay away from and I don't know, talk to the girl upstairs. She'll be able to help you out.
All right, well, I'll be back there waiting. Whoever wants to come with, but just hurry up.
I will. Yeah, I'll be right behind you. I'm gonna go to the bar and just grab, a standard unmodified Bloody Mary in a cup, just for, appearance sake.
Hold on. So you would have been walking. So I see on the map where exactly is like the smaller VIP room, Spira.
That top left corner or top right corner.
Sorry, I accidentally hit my push to talk and it backed me out
You're
of it.
good. It's in the top right corner of the second floor. That black box and the few couches.
Yeah.
So that's the
So
VIP.
it would have been the opposite way. Oh no, that would have been the correct way. That okay. Yes. If I see Angel walking up to the bar and getting a normal drink, do I notice him getting a normal drink or yes?
At the bar that's outside the room?
Well, no, there's one upstairs, isn't there?
Yep,
Like,
it's right outside that VIP room.
Yeah, right outside that VIP room. I'll kind of come up behind him. I was thinking maybe a drink more suitable for us, Angel.
No, okay. When I say a Bloody Mary, I mean a cup with blood in it.
You said unmodified.
Bloodier Mary.
There you go. You said
which is to
unmodified,
say-
so I was like,
which
oh
is to
shit.
say
you
a
see.
Bloody Mary that does not have heroin, cocaine, speed, LSD in it.
Understood. You're fine. I'm sorry. I don't say anything to him. He's good. I'll walk downstairs.
All right, so Roland is heading back downstairs. Once you reach the first floor again, you'll notice the two of the Setites that arrived with Dominic and Yvette are just kind of, one of them's out on the dance floor, one of them's just talking to a couple people, and Dominic and Yvette are sitting at a booth, like lower right corner of that first floor. Sitting together, and they have another, you can kind of tell, kindred with them, just the three of them sitting together and chatting.
I'll cripple walk my way over there. May I join you?
Dominic and Yvette both look up at you. Yvette just gives a very, like, charming smile, but Dominic nods. Of course, Roland. And he puts a hand out. The man who's sitting with them... Hold on, I do have a picture. The man sitting with them has long, dark hair, very, like, sharp, chiseled features and pale skin. And he's just wearing, like, a nice, kind of a very expensive-looking sweater and trousers.
Yvette. And kind of give a nod to her. Not to... obviously, there's no judgment or anything, but what are you guys doing down here?
Yvette looks, again, you know, big smile. Her makeup is perfect. Her hair is set, natched, just like looks like a perfect model sitting across from you. And she just laughs lightly. Oh, we're just here speaking with Maz. And she nods to the other man, who reaches out a hand to shake yours. And he smiles as well. Roland, I've heard so much about your club. I was excited to see the Succubus Club here.
He'll reach out and shake his hand. I'm glad that you've heard of it. Well, I was obviously going to offer Dom and all of his friends up for a drink. Would you like to join us, Maz?
So Maz raises an eyebrow, but nods along, seeming to appreciate the offer. And the three of them start to sort of get up and, you know, wait for you to move out of the booth to follow you where you're leading.
I will get up and I'll walk with them and make casual conversation with them. They're like, how are you liking it? Is it everything that it has always been? Yada, yada, yada.
So,
do you want to actually do that part, or do you want to just quickly downtime that?
That's downtime is fine. But Yvette definitely kind of slinks up beside you and, you know, snakes an arm around your shoulders and walks with you at the pace you need to. But, you know, she seems to be acting kind of almost a little too obviously flirty and just enjoying your company.
Yvette is the one who put on all this, right?
No, Yvette is Dominic's sire. Helena is the one who put it on. You can see her off in the corner talking to people as well.
Okay. I misunderstood. Awesome.
But yeah, they are going to follow you upstairs as you lead them along.
I'm not... Yvette, I'm not sure how much you've heard of mine and Dom's relationship.
Who is that to?
Yvette?
Yvette.
Yvette gives you a little laugh. Oh, no. Dominic has told me everything. And she says so, like, leaning a little close and, kind of breathy in your ear.
Well, it must be nice to have a sire so close.
Yes, there's far too many kindred who've lost contact with their sires, or unfortunately had sires that weren't worth the time to even get to know, I'd say.
Roland just seems a little like he is just got him right in the feels. Yes, my sire was like that, I guess you could say, but that's a story for another time. And he was a lot like you guys.
So as you make it up the stairs, and turn the corner, you'll actually see. Let me get the map back up. So just outside that door leading to the VIP room, you see Liz, aka Benedict in disguise, kind of leaning against the wall, looking as if he's just watching and enjoying the club, or she, rather. And you see Claudia at the bar talking with the bartender.
Cool. Well, she's at the bar talking to the bartender. I'm assuming I'm within her eyesight if I can see her.
Yeah, she's definitely like leaning so that like she's facing the bar on that side corner, but like so she has her shoulder turned a little bit so she can see the stairs.
Okay. I'll try not to like make eye contact with her or anything like that. Just kind of keep on looking at Yvette and all of them and just leading them in. And I'm sure that you know that we have something special on the menu tonight.
Yvette nods and says, well, I know of at least one item that we are sure you are making the rounds, passing along to your fair patrons here.
Due to Dom's request, yes. Only the finest are offered it. Would you like some?
She puts up a hand. No. I've had it before, and it's quite good. I would recommend it, but I'm abstaining for the evening. How about you, Dom? She looks over, and he shakes his head. No, I think I'll stick to the regular fare.
What is your regular fare, Dom?
He laughs and gives a shrug. Just about anything, honestly.
Well, we have stocked only the finest tonight, so not quite sure how far down the path you're trying to go, but I'm sure we can find something of your fancy.
So they kind of like laugh and nod and maybe like, joke about one or two different things, but they'll all head into the VIP room and Yvette and Dominic will notice that two of their ghouls and another one of their associates who ride with them are in there, and they smile and go and sit beside them. And so now we have two ghouls, one set tight, Yvette, Dominic, and Maz, who followed along, all in the room.
As well as, I believe, Nate, Kim, and Angel.
I didn't realize you guys filed in yet.
Yeah, we were told to go in first so that it was less awkward to have just, hey, what's up, Dom?
All right, and Ike, are you still out at the table?
Ike is still watching the front door, and he almost looks like the way a child looks when their mom says, "I'll be right back" in the checkout line, and he's getting close to the front of the line. He looks a little nervous and like, wait, what's happening? But he's keeping an eye on the front door.
Wait, front door as in like you're back downstairs?
You can't see the front. I thought it was like a lofty thing. You could actually see.
No.
Oh, well then he's meandered over to the stairs, and he's kind of looking out at the bottom floor of the club. Just keeping an eye out on the areas.
Got it.
But no one told him shit, so he's just hanging around.
Well, if he was by the stairs, he would have saw all of us walk by,
He
right?
just moved. He saw you guys. He's watched you guys move around, but Nate didn't say anything to him, so he's just kind of waiting around for now. He's watching you guys kind of file in, but he hasn't followed anyone yet. He seems pretty trained on watching downstairs.
Was Nate, or not Nate, sorry, was Ike not part of the meeting of like, if I thought you were in the room where it said if I bring Dom
I was.
in.
I was. You
Okay.
just walked in there,
Okay,
but that's why
Understood.
he's a little torn and nervous looking at the moment.
you're good. I was just making sure that everyone was involved.
You can see Claudia, you can see Claudia at the bar, and she sees you. You kind of make like a little bit of eye contact. But also the tall blonde woman, in the back corner near the VIP room kind of, catches your eye. She seems to look you up and down with a bit of interest.
I'm not paying any attention to her. I mean, I might notice her glance, but I'm not saying anything.
All right, at this point, we have 5 set tights, essentially, you know, those that arrive together. Kim, Angel, Nate, and Roland all in the VIP room. And I believe Felix had just made his way upstairs, so he sees all of this, but I don't think he's gone in there yet.
Oh, okay.
Did you go in the room?
Not yet. I guess I'll say hi to Ike.
Sorry, I'm not being super interesting. Just Kim would kind of awkwardly try not to do anything, like, and stay to the side as much as possible.
This is a weird game for everybody. Trust me.
I'll just look at Felix. Oh, hey, Felix. He'll look at Felix for a couple seconds and look back out at the floor.
Bonjour. What's going on?
I think the party's about to start tonight. It looks like things are kind of going on. I'm just kind of keeping an eye out here, but I did notice Roland is good. Did Roland actually go in the room with
I believe so.
Yeah. I noticed Roland, his good friend over there, just headed into the VIP room, so it might be time to get some drinks in there soon.
Ah,
Are you joining us for the festivities? I know you kind of disappeared outside.
I was just keeping an eye on everything. Let's just say I think through every scenario. Which means
Yeah, I saw. Where's Candlestick?
Huh? Oh,
I
Candlestick
saw
made some friends.
2, but there wasn't Candlestick. What happened?
Oh, those that's Candlestick's friends. Don't
Oh.
Candlestick's around too.
Oh, I'll have to introduce us. I didn't know.
Yeah, Candlestick, Bookshelf, and Bellhop.
Oh, I like it. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought so.
Very fitting. I like it, Felix. Are you waiting for anyone out here, or just keeping an eye out like me?
I'm mostly keeping an eye out and trying to avoid anyone trying to offer me any kind of drinks. I had one. Thank you.
Yeah, I hear the food here tonight is interesting.
Lots of different cultures that I have never had before.
Yeah, I've kept clean too. That's not like me. I'm just so excited. I'm scared if I have anything, I might do something stupid.
Ah, that is wise.
And I'll just continue looking out over the club and kind of waiting. Do we hear any noise, like laughter or anything, or is the VIP room like really solidly built?
The VIP room, because there's a set of walls, it kind of dampens the noise between the main second floor and inside the VIP room. But since you're actually pretty nearby the door there, you can definitely hear some laughter and chatting inside. And I was about to say that for those inside the room, you will see Lucille come in with a and Ike and Felix, you'll see her walk by, but she'll come inside with a, serving tray with quite a few very dark red drinks and start passing them out specifically among the set tights.
That's the Lupin stuff, right? Because it's very dark, or is just that? Was that just a?
I just meant like dark, not like a regular cocktail.
Gotcha.
We could probably assume it's that because we know what's happening.
I will. I mean, when I get, I'll like raise my own glass to be like, "Nah, I'm good, thanks though." And that's why I did that.
And everyone who's in the room, you would notice that at least the three that were already seated in there definitely look like a little intoxicated. They've had a drink or two.
A little intoxicated or intoxicated?
Intoxicated.
Okay.
Not shit-faced, but intoxicated.
I'm gonna say that Felix brought up his Bloody Mary only because it's 2 blood points worth in a glass, and that's a lot. That's like double pint.
I'll look at the set type that I brought in, so Dom and his sire. And is there anything special you guys would like, or anything I can get you?
I'll nod at Roland as he walks in. Try not to speak too much.
As Roland asked that, you were asking that of Dom and Yvette?
Yes.
As you start to say that, Lucille shakes her head and gives a very loud laugh. Roland, I'm already bringing them drinks, and she starts to hand them out. As she hands each of them to Dominic and Yvette and Maz, who happens to be sitting there. She has like a few drinks on a tray, basically ready to give drinks to whoever's there. She gives them a nice friendly wink and says, "Special cocktail."
Do I recognize Maz?
You might very vaguely, but maybe just by face, nothing else.
Okay, so I do not think, that's a Tory.
You know what? I think you'd vaguely kind of get that he was a harpy. You with Agnes, you'd probably know the harpies.
All right, which I assume means Tory, because that's very common.
Yes, and Toreador or Maz is actually a Toreador harpy. You know there are a couple other harpies, and they're not Tories, but you would know him the most because he's Toreador.
Toreador. All right, that's good to know.
Spira, I have an idea.
Yeah.
So it usually takes a little minute, so you're welcome to deny me here, but I was thinking maybe cursing the second level of the bar and prepping
Sure.
that.
Do you have a specific one in mind, or is that just an idea you want to work with?
Actually, I do have a ritual that allows for it. Summon the mischievous spirit.
Yes, that's a fun one.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Obviously, I'm going to chill it out and only do up to a certain success rate. I don't want it to be haunting his place for a year.
Of course. I always allow, even if you get like 10 successes, to say, I only want to do it up to this point.
But,
It's a matter of you have to have a certain amount of successes to do anything you want to do, but it doesn't mean you have to do the full explosion.
Absolutely. So I'll prep that in a corner. It doesn't specifically have any material components, so I assume I do Felix things, which, you know.
Nobody's paying much, it's just Felix.
He mumbles to himself, don't worry about it.
But as they're passing out drinks, Nate is one offered to Nate, and if not, he's gonna be like, "But where's mine?" And by that I mean Philip, totally not Nate.
Yeah, as Lucille is wandering around the room, she has this like tray with a multitude of drinks. She comes by and stops and says, "Drink?"
Absolutely.
And she hands you one that looks like it's kind of closer to where she is, like closer to her. Hands it to you and says, "Bon appetit."
He'll just give her, keep smiling at her, and take a nice sip of it once he has it.
Oh, this is awkward.
What's awkward? I don't know what you're talking about.
Angel doesn't want to speak. Because if he speaks, then he might have to lie. Or...
What's the
So-
worst that's going to happen? You get into a giant fight with a bunch of... I mean, it's going to happen.
So Dominic and Yvette do both take drinks, as well as the other members in the room. And in particular, Dominic, Yvette, and one of the people who follow them in take their drinks, but they sort of just sit there holding them.
No.
No, don't die.
I'm okay.
Wait,
What?
can we hear us? I'm hearing stream muted.
Yeah, someone said stream's muted. Can you all hear us all now?
I can hear on the on my browser.
Shut up, CS. I'll die if I feel like it.
Just
But
wait
I
until
can
after we
die
kill
if
this.
I can die if I want to, die if I want to.
So long as you die after stream.
Okay, so they took drinks.
Yes, they have drinks, but at the moment they're just kind of holding them. They haven't started drinking them yet.
Did I grab one also from her?
Yeah, she walked around and just anyone who wanted a drink, she handed them out.
I'll kind of raise it in our group as kind of like a cheersing kind of thing. Well, Dom, to our new business. Take your time. You got it. Hold it in.
Dominic, Yvette, and the rest in the room kind of all raise their glasses and say something along of cheers or give their own specific little bit. And everyone starts to take a drink. Noticeably, Dominic and Yvette take a very small sip of their drink.
Yeah, I'll just take about the same as theirs. Yeah. Have any other
So-
super cool people come into the room since this?
Not just yet. So far, it's just all of you that have already entered the room and been sitting. You know that Ben and Claude are nearby, though.
So just to get the numbers correctly, how many Setites and how many of cool kids are in the room? I know there's 4 of us.
You know that there are 5 of them, and there are 4 of you. And Lucille had actually Lou Felix is still outside, so 4 of you. Lucille had just started to leave after passing out all the drinks.
Okay. Do we notice any effects from the drinks? Any hint of what might be in it?
The 3 that were already sitting there, like I said, were pretty much drunk, as they drink more of the blood that was passed out to them, and they seem to like, 2 of them seem to like just throw it back. They just drink the whole thing. One of them seems to sip a little bit more slowly, similar to Dom and Yvette, but they do take a bit of their drink. The 3 of them so far, it doesn't seem to have any additional effect. What's up, Angel?
So the 2 that threw them back, were those the 2 ghouls?
Yes. So let's say that back couch is where the 2 ghouls are sitting.
All right. So everyone that is a vampire in this room has been sipping on their drink.
Yes.
But yeah, so from the part that I drank, am I noticing more of an alcohol feel or like a mixture?
Cool kids in the room? No, you seem like you were given regular blood.
Okay, got you.
Very that clever bartender's arrangement of drinks on the things. She knew what she was handing out.
Look at that girl. See, I knew I hired her for
She needs a
reason.
raise. If you survive, she gets a raise.
For sure.
And Ike, who has been standing by the stairs, watching as much of the first floor as you can, you do eventually, because you can kind of see the bar off to the side, you eventually see a man in a very long, like, kind of trench coat and a very familiar cane walk up to the bar.
I'll pull out my phone, text something, and then turn around to the bar by the VIP room and ask for a Bloody Mary.
Alright, so you head over back to the bar on the second floor and ask for a Bloody Mary. The bartender there nods and, reaches into a cooler up there and starts making a little Bloody Mary concoction for you. What did you text? I should know that as ST. Unless you want to send it to me over a DM.
I was gonna say you could probably just lean over and tell you.
That's true.
He texts that
Wait,
girl.
Super Chocolate Bear, what are you talking about?
I mean, you could, because they have Skype open too.
He texted a random girl that he met the other day. By the way, you have a cute butt. That was the text.
I mean, that's all Ike does on
Fun
Snapchat
fact.
all day long anyway.
Fun fact, you should just text everyone you know that they have a cute butt.
So as Ike waits at the bar on the second floor for his drink, which arrives a few seconds later, a tall man with short hair and a stern expression walks up to his side and nods at him. Ike.
Ike smiles really big, like a huge grin. Good evening.
Karen's brow kind of furrows a little bit. Why exactly did you call me out to? And he just looks behind him at the large party. This?
Oh, come on, you're not above a good party, are you?
He barely gives half a smile to Ike, which disappears momentarily, like just after a moment. Depends on the party, but no, this isn't exactly my scene, and I think you know that, so if you could please tell me exactly what all of this is. Claudia, by the way, is very nearby.
I'm just gonna, like, you said the door's by the second bar upstairs, right? To the
Mhm.
VIP room? Hello? Is the door by
Yes.
the VIP room, you said?
Yes.
It's right by the bar? Yeah. I'm just gonna, like, kind of, like, look over there and, like, a sort of nodding motion and be like, the real party is gonna happen in there, but you might want to wait outside. You understand what might be happening.
Go ahead and give me a perception alertness just at like 5.
There we go. 2 successes.
Okay.
Or 3, sorry. I had the thing. Damn it.
It's fine. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, so you'll notice Claudia kind of not even very far away from you, just a couple feet. Her brows furrowing a little bit, like one little eye twitch, but she doesn't say anything out loud to you.
Ike is gonna head inside.
Into the VIP room.
Yep, with his Bloody Mary.
You do leave your sire care. You leave your sire Karen looking a little lost for words, but otherwise he turns to the bar and seems to just stare off for a moment. By the way, Articus, that is like the highest compliment I could ever get because I fucking love Luckstock and 2 Smoking Barrels. Anyway, so Ike heads inside the room and all of you will see him join you.
I'll just sit down near a random person.
A random person in our group, or just a random person?
Yeah, a random person in our group that I know. Probably not one of the sets.
Also, is there any like just random people in the bar?
On the second floor, yeah, there's plenty of people outside the VIP room.
No, in the VIP room with us.
No, at the moment it's actually kind of just you guys, and Maz wasn't really part of the plan, but yeah.
Guys, that couch is starting to get really cramped in that VIP room.
Okay, I only had so much to work with for the map. There's plenty of room.
No, I meant the fact that they all were like, we're just gonna huddle together.
Oh, never mind. If they're all crammed
The
together, I'll
tokens
sit
look
next to
nice.
her. I'm gonna sit next to Yvette. She's sexy, right? Yeah. We'll sit next to her.
Oh my god.
Ike's gonna look her up and down, and then if there's space, sit next to her, but pretty close.
She
Like,
is totally
slightly uncomfortably?
she's totally gonna soak in any like admiration he's showing to her.
He's gonna sit down next to her and like kind of like look her up and down in like a really goofy, childish sort of way, and then just smile and go, "You are looking really good."
She lets out a little titter of a laugh. Well, I appreciate it, sweetie.
He's gonna like pull at his AC/DC shirt or his Which one did you buy me?
I think you're wearing Pink Floyd right now.
Oh,
Pink
Pink
Floyd.
Floyd. He's gonna pull
It's the Dark Side of the Moon.
He's gonna pull at his Dark Side of the Moon shirt and look up at her and go, "Well, now I just feel underdressed."
She laughs more and stretches an arm around your shoulders and says, well, maybe we can get you fixed up later.
I'm sorry, are you offering to buy me clothes? Because I am so in.
She laughs again at that. At the moment,
Actually, you know what? I think Angel's gonna look at Ike and say, "You look underdressed." And I'm going to look down at my mechanic's jumpsuit that I never changed out of because I got called immediately from work.
I think for once, Kim actually isn't wearing a lab coat, even though I'm wearing one for stream. But yeah, so no.
I'll smile at Angel as he says that. I'll look him up and down and go, I mean, at least that's formal wear. It's got its place, right?
Yeah, you're in uniform.
But at this moment, Yvette, Dominic, and the other Setite who had kind of just been sipping their drink do start to seem a little bit more physically relaxed, little more out of it. Their bodies even like a little bit more wavy, and they just seem to like lean back more into their seats.
Is this Yvette and Dom, or was it the other ones that were...
Yvette, Dom, and the one other Setite, the ones that had just been sipping on their drink. The other two, like the ghouls that you're pretty sure are ghouls, fully drunk. They're drunk.
Okay.
I think. Give me a second. I think I am. Yeah. I think I am going to try and emulate their body language to an extent. You know, obviously not copy it perfectly, but you know, try and be about as relaxed as they are.
Okay. You do actually have some performance, so go ahead and give me a charisma performance roll.
I even technically have charisma.
You do. I was just almost surprised to see you had some performance.
Yeah, I gained that entirely by practicing awe.
Yeah.
That's a 0.
But not
Not
a botch.
though.
Not a botch. It's gonna happen today.
No, but all right. So Angel's still like trying to like put on the airs, like you know his drink had a little something in it too. So he leans back in the seat, kind of like, yeah,
And spill the
feeling
drink.
it.
You went for performance, but you're more like middle school play right now. You're doing good.
I'm so drunk.
I'm not as think as you drunk I am.
Dom, there is something, and I'll kind of like put my drink down. There's something that I want that isn't exactly on the menu.
Dominic, you know, raises an eyebrow. Oh, what is that, Roland?
I don't exactly want to beg for it, Dom.
Oh my.
Both Dominic and Yvette have shit-eating grins when you say that. But Dominic just says, I'm not asking you to beg at the moment. Please inform me what it is you're looking for, though.
To come right out and say it, Dom. It's your blood.
Again, both Dominic and Yvette kind of laugh a little bit, like almost in unison. And Dominic gets up from his seat. You see his body waver for a second, but then he starts walking toward you. Is that so?
Don't.
I have a feeling things are going to start progressing quickly here.
I mean, who
Probably.
knows? Who knows?
What did we cover the plan of like when
No.
things are?
No, we did
say
not. We
the plan.
plan.
Yeah,
Like the
don't-
plan.
There is no
I'm pretty
plan.
sure the plan is make Dominic be dead.
Yeah,
That is the whole plan.
the entire plan.
That's the sequel.
No,
the sequel.
there is an addendum. Try and make it happen in the VIP room. That is the addendum to the plan.
Ike is going to take. Well, I just
Bonus
I have a few
objective.
things I have a couple things that take turns to get done, so I want to start them before all the fireworks go off.
Roland has no idea what you do or how you do it, so
No, I know. That's
mean-
why I was just asking to slow things down as we move forward now.
I don't know over the tabletop. We're going for it. If you
Yeah,
want to
so
start doing
for-
stuff,
Like roll initiative, or do I guess we get a surprise round?
Well, no one's
Well,
fighting yet, so I didn't
Yeah,
want to.
we're not there yet.
Incidentally, I am watching very carefully. Hand is ready to dive for my knife at behind my back.
How
And-
about, since it's heading that direction, we take like even a 2-minute break? I'll let all of you digest what you think you're going to do before you die.
All right,
So-
I could use another eggnog.
I'm sorry,
Let's
what
do
was
this fight Christmas style.
Heh. I can also use a minute to die.
But
No one else
yeah.
stocked up with Christmas beers before they sat down. Come on, guys.
I have
The
been
problem
drinking
now is I've been coughing for like a week straight, so I just have like my abs hurt so much.
I'm sorry, we're killing Sedites. I've been drinking tequila because tonight's gonna get fucked up.
That seems like a good plan.
How much is your tequila? Like, how much is that bottle of Azul where you're at?
This was $20. 22.
Okay. Have you had Espolón?
No.
Okay, so it comes in like a kind of bulbous shaped bottle, around usually the same price, but usually much better than that.
What?
Espolón.
Oh, that thing. It's actually good.
Yo, yes, and you wouldn't think so because you're like, oh, that's just seems very kind of like I don't know. The
Trashy.
labeling is too good. That you're like,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of gimmicky. There's no way this tastes good, but it holds up. That was the go-to bottle for that price range.
So Barrel Dragons, what do you mean? What information do we have with the set negotiating with the Camarilla? Like, are you asking me? Because Angel doesn't know jack shit about that. All he knows, he doesn't know politics. He's a mechanic and a soldier. Those are his two primary descriptors. He doesn't know politics.
So as far as Nate understands, because he actually did talk a bit with Claudia about this, is he did realize is that the Sedites were given basically a haven within New York City after the cards all played settled because the Camarilla worked with the Sedites one way, shape, or form in order to fuck over the Sabbat. Because of that, the cards have fallen and the Sedites have been given the Bronx. I think Bronx. And the thing is, though, they've started pushing beyond it and backstabbing the Camarilla as far as Claudia and Nate at least understand it, which means, I'm sorry, they're getting uppity. They need to be put back down.
I mean, Angel does know that the prince has been giving blood to the set type.
Okay, so yeah, as far as Angel is concerned, the prince is doing the wrong thing. Like, Angel really drinks the Camarilla Kool-Aid. He is super into the Camarilla, but that doesn't mean that he's gonna listen to every leader that they have. He thinks that what the prince is doing is not in the best interest of the Camarilla, and as such, somebody else should take charge. I don't think he would specifically say, "Hey, let's start a coup," but
No. But he wouldn't
be
oppose it if one
actively
happened.
opposed
Yeah,
to it.
exactly.
There's a reason he dropped off incriminating information with a bunch of werewolves. So there's that.
Hey, Kim did that with him.
I know. But yeah, he was not a high-ranking soldier in the war. He dealt with IEDs and occasionally got in some fights with some shovelheads. Mostly, like, the ones that stuck in his head being child shovelheads.
That's why him and Ike have a tense friendship.
And why not Claudia. Roland's child. Clem. There we go. Clem. That's why Clem makes him uncomfortable, because with the exception of Ike and Clem, every child vampire he's met has been like vicious and bloodthirsty and needed to die. So he doesn't like children.
At least not until he stakes them.
Yeah. Once he stakes him, his...
You know what? You're slacking, Angel. You're only 1 for 2 on the staking child vampires available in the game so far. You've only staked Ike.
Okay,
When
no.
are you gonna stake Clem?
To be fair, Clem didn't use Obtenebration.
Yeah, Clem didn't use Obtenebration. Clem
That's
still
right.
makes him uncomfortable. Oh, no, that's not what it was. Clem is visible in mirrors. That's what made that's what made Angel stab Ike, is because he's like, this motherfucker doesn't reflect. Holy
Wait.
shit, he's the fucking Lasombra.
My favorite part of that is when he goes, he doesn't reflect, he's a summer. She goes, yeah? Like, Kim just didn't get it. She's like, yeah?
And so what?
And?
I'm crazy. What's the difference?
Exactly.
My favorite part is that Angel is kind of friends with a couple of Sombra anyway.
And he doesn't even know it.
Nope.
Oh, they're kind of out about it, but if
I
Angel
remember
didn't,
when we first
yeah, if
played,
Angel didn't really like
I
ask
just
or
knew-
know,
I just know that they are something unusual. I think he assumes there's some kind of bloodline or something.
Our racing buddies. They lost me money. I gotta visit them again.
Are we all back? We ready to go?
I think we are.
All right, let's go.
We are.
All right, so Roland was kind of leading Dominic, saying that he wanted his blood. Yvette has like kind of had a shit-eating grin and laughing about this the whole time. She's actually going to lean over a little bit to Ike and kind of put her wrist out a little bit, and with a huge, snaky grin, just ask, "Would you like a taste as well?"
Modi's hands up.
What up?
So just saying, as Dom and Roland kind of start doing what they're doing, Philip's gonna reach into kind of just like start scratching his arm where he has hidden a bone knife in his forearm, ready to withdraw it.
Secret set tight song I haven't played yet.
Yeah, Ike's gonna look a little awkward, but kind of smile back and look, or kind of like smile up at her and go, "Now I know I look young, but I'm not that young or stupid."
That just kind of makes her even more intrigued.
God, she's such a creeper.
Dude, I'm really
lovely.
in my skin. Like Ike's like, "This is fun." I'm like, "Ah."
Oh God, I hate her so much.
I'm just a little scared that she's Dominic's sire, and I made the dumbass decision to sit next to her. Just right in arm's reach, just dead Ike.
Do I have to come out and just say it, Dom?
No, I thought you already did. I thought we.
No,
Yeah.
he's still playing coy, isn't he? I thought he stood up.
No,
and
he
was like,
stood up and he's walking toward you.
Oh, okay. Roland will do the whole head down, just kind of ashamed look.
A rocket launcher.
I'd be impressed if Kim just pulls out a rocket launcher and just.
No, Modi just
Hold on, guys.
said I should so put a rocket launcher in my ribcage.
So Dominic keeps very slowly just approaching Roland and starts unbuttoning his the sleeve
Pants.
on his right wrist and starts pulling up his sleeve. You don't have to ask twice.
Well, let's hurry up then, please.
Oh no, like he's like right in front of you now.
Oh, okay.
Diablo has him right here.
And Roland will kind of give a look around the room as the people who I'm assuming all eyes are kind of just like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, the other Setites are just kind of like also a little bit like Dom and Yvette, like laughing a little bit. You're cool kids, depends on how they're feeling.
Yeah, it was more of a question towards them. Are they all like,
What was
the
looking up
question?
and- are you guys all looking up at what's happening, or are you trying to be like, keep your eyes open?
I am definitely watching because I am waiting for the second that an aggression happens and I will be moving.
Felix,
look-
Felix, you were prepping your thing, yeah.
So I can't see this right now.
You're
right?
outside the room, yes, but this is right about the time you spent a little time prepping. Do you have your ritual ready?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, all right, go ahead and explain what you are going to be doing.
Well, let's see. It kind of specifies a victim, not necessarily an area, but it doesn't not specify a room. So I'm gonna leave that one kind of up to you. But if I have to choose a target, I am half debating between the target we're supposed to go to and then the one who I think is actually the sire. Because that bothers me just a little.
All right, if you want to make your way actually into the room to be a bit more available for your ritual to take effect, you can go ahead and head that way.
How big is this room? Because I feel like it's got to start like.
It's starting to get a little packed, but it is a VIP room in a club. That's not like crazy.
And they know me, so it makes sense that I'm there. They know I'm Roland's friend, so it's kind of weird if I don't go in there. But it's also weird that I'm weird. All right. Yes, I'll go in there.
All right, so Felix enters the room as well, and you see Dominic standing right in front of Roland. Roland seeming in this like kind of a head bowed, strange body language. The others that you know are watching him, and the others that you don't all seem to be just like a titter with like some of them are drunk. There's a woman sitting right next to Ike who is leering over him.
Bonjour.
Does Dom look away, get distracted at the door opening and Felix walking in?
I think I might need more than just your arm for this one, Dom. And I'll bite him on the neck. Nom nom nom.
Right, that sounds like an initiative thing.
And yeah, that sounds like a fucking initiative.
Yep.
Before, as my role there was for Ike's gonna right as you're getting close to his arm with whole bit, he's gonna lean his head back and just kind of close his eyes for a second. And now.
All right.
Felix doesn't know us now. He did not get the signal.
He just walks in and it pops off.
Oh shit.
I would I'm gonna need initiative between Roland and Dom, but you definitely had to sneak up on him, and nobody else in the room is ready. They didn't know what you were gonna do, so it's just gonna be between the two of you. And then Ike, again, you were just sitting by yourself. So first, let me get initiative from Roland. What's up, Angel?
I have been actively watching for the first instant of aggression with quickened sight.
Yes. So again, I meant nobody else is against anybody. It's that Roland is jumping up at someone.
What is it again? D10
plus your dex and wits.
Can I just my next action as soon as I basically in quick succession. So I'm ready for my next roll whenever you want that.
9.
So is Nate. Nate is definitely springing out.
All right, you got 9. Dom got 13.
Is this room brightly lit or dimly lit? I assume very dim.
Club? It's pretty dim, yeah.
Battle music.
Did the music
Battle
die?
music.
It just started, but it is kind of quiet. But it's also background music.
It's also pretty bassy and drummy, so I don't want to have it too loud. If it's too quiet for everybody, I will turn it up.
I like the horns.
All right. Who is going also? Ike, you wanted to charge your effect? Oh, that's a little more crazy than I was expecting.
It got a little louder. I was like, whoa, what?
is a little more Indiana Jones than I was expecting.
I actually think they use this track on Critical Role.
Cool.
This is their battle,
cool guys.
I think.
Sorry.
Why
it's
not?
actually 10, not 9.
Could you repeat the question? You were asking for the rest of us to...
Ike specifically had an effect he's activating.
Well, no. So I did before the actual bite happened. When I saw him getting close to Dominic, I went for Dark Sight. Now I'm actually ready to do things once he actually jumps. So I don't know after their initiative how we're all going in order, but I assume all together, reacting together.
Yeah, this isn't exactly initial initiative. So, kind of. Let me know what you guys are doing, especially because everybody else, other than you, is a little off from being drunk or having something else in their system.
So my next move is Black Metamorphosis. When ready.
All right, so at the moment, Felix, Nate, Angel, and Kim, you see Roland jump out of his seat and dive at Dominic's neck. Dominic just barely gets a step back, but Roland, you still kind of like get your hands on his shoulders, still aiming at his neck. And Ike, anyone who happened to be looking directly at him, you'll see his eyes go entirely black right before he transforms. Ike, go ahead.
I gotta roll for that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
And it takes a turn.
This is first turn, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure I was on top of the stack correctly. Because Obtenibration's a little silly about that.
I mean, I just want to try and stake Mrs. Sire. That's my plan.
Please do for me, God, please. I do not want this creepy-ass woman getting her hands on me. God, no.
Like, I will even give up my dagger and leave it there if it means that she is out of this fight. So, if a mage made lawn chairs out of setites, would they still take damage to light?
Yeah, they just peel a lot faster.
Lady Sims like that one.
Sadly, no. She was laughing at the internet.
Oh.
This is like really good fight music, except for like that one horn just seems like so into it. There's just one guy in the back of the orchestra. My time to shine.
On Critical Role, like every time that happens, they all stop and like make note of it every single time.
It's like the rest of it's pretty solid paced. There's just one loud.
I succeeded.
All right, go ahead and explain your form to the others.
I guess this would happen probably slightly after Roland goes after. Roland gets a hold of Dominic, but as that happens, Ike like opens his eyes, pitch black, and then 4 6-ish foot long black tentacles almost like leak out of his back, coming through his shirt, and his body gets covered up in like black inky bands of darkness, and like they're swirling and moving all over him. And I think I think ghouls are mortals.
Yes.
They have a Roshrek check.
Yep. 1 second.
And
That's
anything else.
wonderful.
Do you remember what difficulty that's supposed to be?
It is. For this one, display can have to make courage roll, difficulty 8.
What's a mortal's courage roll?
It's their courage. They have courage.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody has self-control, conscience, and courage.
Somehow, these two, I'm gonna say because they're practically not shit-faced, but they're very, very drunk. They're scared. They're very scared by what they saw you turn into, but they've also seen some shit around the set tights, so they're just like back up against the couch. But they don't have Rutrek.
Were there 2 ghouls or 3 ghouls?
Kurt,
Two.
what do you get plus
Gotcha.
6 for? Sorry, what's plus 6?
2 ghouls, Dom,
not
his sire,
6.
and another set
That
of
doesn't need
vampire.
to be there, but they still got 3 successes.
Oh yeah, no. I was like, wait, is that how courage works?
No, they got 1 success. The other one did get
And
2
2.
then.
Yeah, 1 and 2. I mean, they didn't rush it, so you're good.
Yeah.
I was wondering if
The
those
6 was left for something else.
Well, that's creepy. And yeah, that'll put me on the initiative for however people react. And then just so you know, the next action is Shroud of Night.
Right. Everybody else is, are you gonna take initiative?
Yes.
Is Kim?
Yes.
That is kind of my question. All right. I will need initiative from everyone then. It
So-
is 1d10 plus your dex and wits. So just tell me what they are when you get
Okay. I am reading apparently that celerity gets added to initiative without taking away from other dice.
If you don't use it to split
Okay,
turns.
so we're still
yeah.
gonna go with that. Okay, cool. Then I will not use celerity for initiative.
I got a
11?
10.
Do I get any kind of bonus for my quick insight?
I will kind of apply that
Okay.
to what you say you want to do, essentially.
I got 13.
Oh, look at you people with your fancy dice rolls.
Not all of us got
Mine was
fancy
only
dice
7
rolls.
plus 6.
I could have gotten +3 more, but I would rather use that to stab harder longer.
Ike will appreciate that when you get creepy grandma off of him.
All right, Angel, what'd you get?
I got an 11.
Kim?
Also 11.
Felix?
16.
Roland?
9.
And Nate?
10.
All right, 1 second. This is where the game slows down a little bit. I'll try to keep it moving as quick as I can.
Alright, guys, here's the game plan. We stab the Setites.
Okay, so I have
I
been
don't have a
waiting
knife.
since we started. Oh no, okay.
I'm back.
Oh
It's
no, no, you're not.
Kosnark, why? Why?
I have been waiting since this game started to properly stab a mofo. Oh hey, hi guys. I'm Ike now.
I'm waiting to see who I am.
Oh, hey guys!
God damn it, it didn't change. I'm still just me.
You have
I'm
to do the
still me
hate.
too.
Aw.
So I have a shot ready for when it's my turn because I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. We're gonna.
I have been
figure this
waiting
out.
since the beginning of this game prior to stream to stab somebody properly. This is gonna be fun.
I mean, you did stab Ike properly.
Eh.
You got him right in the chest real quick.
All right. Sorry, I was getting all of the initiatives done for the few NPCs in the room as well. All right. So, unfortunately, actually, the lowest are the ghouls. They're a little bit still terrified by Ike, though, so they're just against the couch. They're not actually really doing anything at the moment. Lowest, otherwise, is Roland. What are you gonna do?
Fucking nothing. Goddamn.
You have your hands on Dominic, like on his shoulders.
On his shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna try and pull him close and get those fangs in the neck.
Okay, so you're still aiming at his neck. Nate, you're
Yep.
the next one. What are you doing?
So there was the third Setite that walked in with God, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Dom and what's her name, right?
Yeah, he has like short blondish hair, just like, kind of a button-down shirt and slacks. Just kind of nobody because I didn't make anybody up.
Yeah, pulling the knife out, leaping across the room and stabbing the fuck out of him.
All right, Angel and Kim, you both got 11, so same time-ish. But Angel, go ahead and tell me what you're doing.
All right. So the moment I see Roland jumping towards Dom's neck, I am going to grab my knife and rush towards his sire and try and make stab of her.
And Kim, what are you doing?
And also dodge, because I need to declare all my actions. So stab, stab, dodge.
Sure.
Okay, I know that we went back and checked the rules, but I didn't know what we were doing because she would otherwise do the demontation thing that she did before.
Passion?
But I also realized we went back and looked at the rules and it was targeted to like one target instead of a room. But I didn't know what was K or if it was modified or had a good willpower check or whatever. Because if it's the room one, she would be doing that. I don't mind if we change to fit the actual rules, considering I didn't know what I was doing, but it made for a really good scene previously.
Yeah, I almost took it was slightly off the rules, but I kind of took it as like an explosion of like your powers, sort of. Kim hadn't done anything before. Yeah, we'll go with targeted at the moment because there's enough going on anyway.
Okay.
So let me know who you want to passion up or down.
No, not passion. Oh, haunting.
Haunting, yeah, same thing. It's still a target though.
Not same thing. But
I
yes.
meant same thing as it's a target.
Okay. Fuck. There's really only two people that you would target, and one of them's the one that's on top of Ike, and the other one is Dom. So
She's not on top of me yet. She
Okay.
hasn't gotten to react to me quite yet, so we don't know what she's doing.
Okay, then Kim doesn't know who that is, and will pretty much only go after Dom. So, yep, she's gonna the haunting on Dom there.
All right. Next we have the other set tight. He's gonna be trying to go after, I think, Roland, but he's kind of across the room, so his turn will actually kind of need to be moving mostly. Next we have Ike. And you got your metamorphosis out. So what are you doing?
I think I get 2 attacks, so it's the only way to kill a vampire to like stake, drain it of blood. How do you kill vampire? I don't.
You can actually beat a vampire to death. It's just a lot of fucking work.
Okay.
Because like basically you beat it to death, it goes into torpor, and then you beat it to death some more, and then it actually dies.
I'm gonna grab and just start beating on what's her name sitting next to me?
Yvette.
Yvette, yeah. Grab first, beat second. If she's touching me, she does lose 2 stamina and 2 soak die.
Oh, that's nasty.
So as long as she's physically touching me, or I'm touching her, she loses the die. And I get 2 attacks without penalty by using my tentacles. 2 total attacks for a turn.
Okay. You two have the same initiative, so we will have to sort of like tie off that separately. But
Easy solution could be like whoever has the highest Dex plus Wits mod. That's how it's done in D&D.
what is yours, Ike?
Whatever,
Dex
all
plus.
simultaneously. Oh, mine's 6.
Okay. She is 1 dot higher. And she is using Serpentis 4. She's turning into form of Cobra. And let's see, last but not least, we have Felix, Dom, and Maz got the highest. So Felix, you have that curse you're using?
Oh, sure. Does that take up a round?
I believe it would just be 1 turn.
Okay, so it takes up that turn.
Yeah, so you're gonna be using that
guess.
curse. Who's the target?
I'm gonna go with the sire-looking chick. Etet? Emmet?
Yvette.
Yeah, that. I'm gonna go with her specifically. Oh, I probably should roll it, shouldn't I?
Nah, it's cool. Just say that it works. It's good.
I know, right? All right. This plus that's yeah. This is on 7. Two successes, which would be for the night.
That's good.
Was Felix first on initiative?
He's tied
With a lot of NPCs.
Oh, wow.
I'm scared. Please hold me.
I've seen how attractive you are. Angel will hold you later.
Just give me 10 minutes to prep up. Find a clover.
I thought it was like mint. Is it clover?
Yeah, I think it was Clover.
Pretty sure. I thought it was. I thought it was mint.
I just recently reread the rules, and I'm pretty sure it's like
Oh,
some
that's
kind of herb.
probably mint then.
It's probably mint.
Because Clover
I had
is
to
luck,
read
and this is not a luck
shit
ability.
for a
No, I
different
just
game
remember him
than
at some
just
point.
the-
I feel like I remember Felix at some point being out and looking for 4-leaf clovers.
That
Which
might
seems
also
like
be
such
true.
a normal Felix thing, honestly.
I
Not
feel
even
like he would
a-
just want to do that just because, like,
Yeah,
not
like-
for any
like-
particular reason.
This one's
I
dried.
could
Though to be
Watch-
fair, there are clovers that taste like mint, so you could do both.
This one's dried mint specifically.
It was dried mint. Yeah.
All but one clover in the
Sprig.
world is completely edible. There's only one that is not edible.
Okay,
Is it a
where is
4-leaf?
that?
Northern California, I think.
I
I'm not
was
going
going to
to
say
that shithole
Australia
anyway.
because
But, like,
everything in Australia.
But
wants
like
to go to-
basically, it is almost guaranteed that if you see like clovers on the ground, you can just like grab a handful and stuff it in your mouth, and you're fine. And it probably tastes good.
Does that have much nutrition value, or is it like one of those like
Salad.
celery, like zeroed out, kind of not
Yeah.
that much, not useful in a survival situation?
Nah,
All right,
I
here,
mean-
everything's about to explode now.
Awesome.
All right.
hype cannons activated.
All right, Maz, Dominic, and Felix. You all had the highest initiative at the same time. Maz, was thrown off by all of whatever's going on. He had no part in this one and no part of it. Doesn't know any of you. He just happened to be in the room accidentally, and he botched the crap out of trying to awe all of you to get you to calm down. So he's gonna go into Rot Trek basically because of Ike and all the other nonsense going on, and he is going to be curled up in the corner. Poor little Harpy's gonna have a bad time tomorrow.
Can I close the door too? I know I opened it, but yeah.
I figured it was going to be closed after you came in, unless you specifically left it open.
No, that's just not that this is going on. It's not as I should probably close this.
Yeah, that's.
I'm definitely picturing that like Ike explodes in tentacles and then Felix is like, I'm just gonna close that.
Yeah, but Maz the Harpy is going to be cowering in a corner, kind of losing his mind a little bit. Felix, explain your curse again, because that is going to go against Yvette, who has a much lower initiative.
Should I just read it out completely?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. The vampire with power is able to summon a poltergeist. The poltergeist will cause ruckus, messing with appliances, furniture, plumbing, electronic devices, and any type of inanimate object. The spirit may cause almost any object to animate and move about, but is seldom directly harm a person. However, it is rarely to cause indirect injuries, such as dropping a chair on the victim's head or causing a knife to fly across the room. It is important to keep in mind the spirit does not intend to harm the victim, it just wants to annoy the hell out of them. The effect of the spirit is left up to the storyteller. The length of time, blah blah blah, is by the roll, by one night.
Alright, slightly out of character, but for fun. Yvette, Dom, and the other Setite, their drinks did have a little bit of a hallucinogen in them. It won't last very long, but they're gonna be a little thrown off. So Felix tosses this curse over at Yvette, just as she starts to turn into her form of cobra. It actually drops her clothes. She becomes a 10-foot long giant cobra with thick gold and black scales. And the width of her is about maybe like 12 inches around. It's described as the width of a woman's thigh, but I just felt like that was a strange description. So anyway, yeah,
I mean, because I don't know about
no time. You can talk when it's your turn. So she starts to turn into a snake, but the drug that's kind of coursing through her system, you see her head thrash around, and she just starts kind of hissing angrily, and this spirit that starts to swarm near her and sort of just annoy her senses causes her actually again kind of like thrash about in the room. She even like knocks over one of the smaller tables that's nearby. Following that that was Yvette's turn. So then Ike, you get to attack Yvette.
What do I roll to attack her with 6 arms?
In sneak.
Yeah, they're each.
Just no snap.
It's considered 2 attacks. I get 2 attacks, but they don't count as individual arms. They only count as individual arms for damage.
Okay, but if you wanted to wail on her, that would be strength and brawl. So roll that twice.
Well, I said grab, so wouldn't that be... Yeah, I mean, it's still strength and brawl, right?
I thought you said wail on her, but okay.
Yeah,
I
earlier
want to grab her. I want to grab her and then wail on her. I get 2.
He did say that when he first claimed his initiative.
Then that will be...
Grab,
Athletics?
then wail.
I think athletics.
Yeah, dex and athletics basically for grapple. Or strength, which actually I'll let you do either. So either strength or dex and athletics to grapple her, and then you'll do strength and brawl to hit her.
They're the same number, so that's fine. Failure to grab her.
Okay, but you can still roll to hit her with strength and brawl.
1 success. So the first one, hands, second, tentacles. Do it. Yeah.
All right, then roll 1 dice, difficulty 6, and that will determine if you inflict any damage against her soak.
I'm now touching her, so she loses 2 sight, 2 soak, 2 stam. Well, I don't know how that works.
That's fine.
And it's 4 arms hitting her. All equal to my strength and dex, which is 3 and 3.
Yeah, no, but you got 1 success to cause damage.
So that was my... I don't know. Whatever, sure. I don't know how this works. Tenebration's confusing.
It's a little trickier. I'm following this all right, except I'm expecting someone with 2 arms, so...
Yeah, they move as one. It's 1 for me and 1 for the arms, I thought. But I don't really care.
And you said she loses 2 stamina to soak?
She loses 2 stamina and 2 die. Or 2 die to 2 stamina and 2 soak dice. Wait, did you say 1d10 plus 6 or difficulty?
At
You
difficulty
said
6.
at
Yeah.
okay.
That would imply if they had armor or fortitude.
But damage, I think, should be calculated as... I don't know.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so stamina would lower their soak and normal stamina, and then the 2 from soak is only from armor kind of things. You wouldn't get like double into the stamina. So if you have 3 stamina, they still have like 1 dice of soak if it's lethal. If it's aggravated, they have nothing.
Is it aggravated or bashing? Like,
They're just
regular bashing?
Might be lethal. Those things
Hold
are
on.
pretty nasty.
Someone in chat saying it's bashing.
That's
but
what I
another
thought it was
person
bashing.
says it's lethal, so who knows?
I know, but ag is the only one I'm concerned about, so.
Oh, you try to soak
The-
at a -2.
Bashing and lethal is the same on soaking. And she got
we're
a
getting
success
popular.
on her last soak anyway. So Ike is unable to grab the slippery snake and attempts to wail on her with his arms, but just misses. However, she's still not in a good state. She's kind of still thrashing around, hissing and like snapping with her teeth. Angel and Kim are next. So basically you guys can do your actions, but they'll apply at the same time. Let's go ahead and have Kim roll your haunting against Yvette. Oh wait, you wanted haunting against Dominic.
Dom. It's Dom.
Okay, that's good because I'm attacking Yvette, so there is no interaction.
Perfect. All right, so go ahead and roll your haunting against Dominic.
Okay, it is manipulation plus subterfuge, difficulty, his perception plus self-control.
1 second.
Which is what?
Eight.
Shit. Okay, here we go. I've only got 5 dice to throw at this. Let's see what happens. Kaboom!
Roll that 10, baby.
Just 1. Still, I only need 1.
Yep. Okay. We are going to back up real quick because I was confusing his 1 attack roll with how many he could actually hit Yvette with. Your roll's still fine. We'll come back to Kim in 1 second. Go ahead and roll 3 more times for your other arms.
But don't go back for me. I'm just gonna read up on it. We'll fix it next round. Don't worry about me now.
No, I want you to roll 3 more because she only got 1 soak. That makes a big difference.
Roll that shit.
I apologize to everybody. We play a much more slow game usually. We're a bit rough.
Yeah,
on
we
it.
don't do the
We
combat.
don't do
thing.
combat that often.
This game has been going, what, 7-8 months? This is our first combat?
Yep. It's about 10 months now.
It's so sad. But I love it.
People like the game. Who cares? Shut up.
No.
So I got one more success out of the 4.
That was not an insult. I like it that way.
And I believe the tentacles do strength +1 damage.
Yep, lethal.
Yep.
Lethal damage.
Lethal.
For some reason.
All right, so you get a good solid bash on that snake, and while she's thrashing around, that kind of pisses her off more, but also seems to make her more disoriented. Now, Kim, you've casted Haunting on Dominic.
Don't I roll damage now?
That was your damage. That's what I needed.
Yes.
She's saying damage has been dealt.
Strength +1. My strength is 3. I hit with 4 arms. Well, I hit with 2. I'm confused.
No. It's each arm. It's individual attack.
No, they're not. It just says 2 attacks. 1 normal, a secondary attack is what you get with. I don't know.
That's
Just go ahead. Ignore me. Ignore me.
You got a success on hitting, so then I needed your damage from your 4 arms.
Oh, I thought you said 3. Each arm has 3 strength.
Yes. Oh, I told you to roll 3 times.
You told me to roll. Oh, okay. I'm super sorry.
Yeah,
It's a good thing we don't do combat very often.
They're really
That's why I wanted you to do it, because she only got 1 soak. If you get, like, 3 successes, that's a lot.
Yeah, this thing stacks.
Yep.
It's nice. It's OP.
So roll 3d10 +1.
Roll that 3 times. You did it once.
I didn't put the +1, but
The +1 is an extra die to roll. So it's your strength +1. So if you have strength 3, then it's 4 dice. Not 3 dice +1 modifier.
okay, there it is. A failure and
I'm not counting that one, because you already rolled once.
no, it's 4 arms. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, I'm good.
All right, Ike, I'm going to tell you what happened, but I would like you to kind of help explain it in detail, how you would see Ike dealing with this. But basically, you've got her down to mauled, which is only 2 away from incapacitated. So you have wailed pretty hard on this snake. Go ahead and explain.
Ike with like black eyes is just gonna like turn and just start literally all 4 of them just bearing down to I guess what was her center of mass until she turned into a snake, but still connecting, even though his real arms failed to grab her, and just like beat into her as hard as he possibly can while literally like screaming in his deepest voice.
All right. Now, Kim, you have just caused Haunting on Dominic, who was pulling out his asp tongue to lash at Roland, who had attached himself to Dominic's arms. But his hallucinogens are starting to kick in, so he is very similar to Yvette, a bit off, and while his 18-inch razor-sharp snake's tongue snakes out of his mouth and starts flailing through the air, trying to hit Roland, it just sort of maybe like lashes Roland against the cheek, but he's losing aim.
Okay, so that was from the drugs or from me?
That was from the drugs, because he actually had a higher initiative. Now you are causing haunting on him, so go ahead and explain.
That, it says, literally is up to the storyteller to describe what happens.
Yeah, but you're my Malkavian. What do you think you do to him?
I mean, my intent is to inflict visions of something terrible that had happened to him or that he had done in the past to literally haunt him. Like it comes back and comes to the forefront of your mind, and you can't see anything else but that thing, and you kind of drop and can't like do anything, or it becomes very difficult to do anything for a minute. I don't know. The book says like you can lose dice, etc. Like,
so as you focus your mental abilities toward Dominic, who's slightly across the room from where you were, you can see this tongue that's like out of his mouth thrashing around. His head starts to even shake harder, and you see the hands that were kind of reaching out to start grappling with Roland just jump to his head, and you can hear this like gross, like gurgling, upset just cry come out of his throat, which sounds even more demented from the way that his tongue is like, you know, transformed part of his mouth. And next we have Angel, who wants to stab a snake.
I'm going to make stab of it and make it be dead.
It is thrashing around pretty hard on the ground, but it has had major damage done to it now by Ike.
So yeah, I'm going to stab it numerous times. That would be 3 attacks.
Yes.
Because when I made the original choice, I forgot about the actual normal attack that I get. I only thought about my celerity actions. So that is dexterity, melee.
Yes.
Sadly, my dexterity ability is in swords, not in knives.
Alright, go ahead and roll those dice.
Jesus.
I feel like I shouldn't even roll her soak.
Damn.
I don't know if I still count as touching her.
Okay, so that is 7 successes, then 5 successes, then 5 successes.
Yeah, doesn't matter. She's definitely incapacitated. But go ahead and describe it, because I know how much Angel wanted to stab a bitch.
So I start, like, the moment Roland starts to go for Dominic, I reach for my knife, I get up, I drop the glass of blood that I have in my hand, and I start rushing for the person that I think I have gathered is his sire. I run, I pull my knife up, I start to lunge for her, and she turns into a snake. So I leap and stab my knife, like, back, like, base of the neck, I guess, a snake is nothing but a neck.
It's a cobra. You kind of see where the frills
Okay, yeah. And so I'm just picturing a jumping knife, and then, like, or knife in the back of the neck, and then, like, Peter panning it down the back.
Nice.
And then I still have dodge.
Yep. She is going to be incapacitated, though, at this point. And actually, she's going to revert back to Yvette's form. No clothes. And with a very long knife gash down from her neck into the upper part of her, back, kind of spine showing through some of the meat. But collapsed on the ground. Her brown hair kind of spilling everywhere. Next we have Nate, who is also looking to knife somebody.
Yes. So the blondie, the unassuming blonde guy. I'm going to draw my dagger from my arm, jump across the room, and stab, stab, stab.
All right. He had a bit more cowardly backed up against the couch, but he can basically take like a defense against this. So in this case, I will need you to roll your dexterity melee.
Three successes.
Yep, he tried to dodge and it did not work. So go ahead and roll. Let me see 1 second. Alright, so go ahead and roll 3 die for damage and then he'll have to soak.
One success.
Alright, so you dive across the room with your knife. He's kind of cowardly backed up against the wall. And you get a good slip on him. Like, maybe your knife is right, like, against him, but he just kind of catches your arm a little bit off. So, like, it starts to go into him, but it doesn't really cause major damage. Maybe a bit of bashing, but nothing serious. So the two of you are sort of grappling against the wall. And next we have Roland.
Yeah.
You have Dominic on you, sort of, like, but he is kind of losing control of himself. He has his hands up to his head, looks like he's being attacked mentally almost, and you can kind of even see Kim off to the side with her little, like, Professor Xavier look on her face.
She's just like...
She looks exactly like this. Like she'd lower her glasses down and is doing one of these.
I probably wouldn't notice it, but yeah, we're gonna go again. We're gonna try and go for that neck bite. We're gonna drain him a little bit or a lot.
All right, I will need you to roll me strength and brawl for that. Nice. Well, the 1 and the 10 canceled out, but you got 2 successes.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so go ahead. So you get a good grip on him as he's kind of like thrashing around, and you dive your teeth right into his neck. Now, you actually want to drink, or are you trying to do damage?
Oh, drink.
All right, I will sort of roll dodge for him in that case. But he's going to have a much higher difficulty due to the haunting.
Do it. Yeah, we're going full on kiss.
Now kiss.
Look at this motherfucker.
All right, so he starts to struggle away. You keep a hold. Your teeth are in him. The bite is made. Maybe you don't keep a perfect kiss going, which is what you want to do to keep someone like lulled into it. So at this point, you're still able to like drink blood from him, but he's trying to struggle and pull away from you. I would, in fact, actually like you to roll me 2 more dice.
What kind of dice?
Just 2 d10s at 6.
A D6 and a D11?
I'll tell you why.
Wait, what did you just say?
No, 2D10.
2 d10.
Okay.
I was being a smartass and said a D11 and a D6.
Go fuck yourself, Savani.
If I could, I wouldn't be streaming. What?
Heyo! And that's all, folks.
All right, so Roland, you don't actually manage to. I was gonna see if you did any damage by the kiss breaking, which can happen. And you don't do any damage. He manages to sort of like soak it, but the wound is still open, and you can basically aim at drinking from him again. And
Nice.
2 ghouls in the room. One moment. All right, the 2 ghouls that were on the couch, they want nothing to do with this. They want out of this goddamn room. They both start trying to scramble towards the door. The one starts to move, but the other one actually starts climbing over her. It's 2 girls. So the one girl starts actually climbing over the other and kind of like almost kicks her back. And starts getting closer and closer to the door, trying to get out of the room. The other one has been like kind of kicked to the floor. All right, and it looks like Art needed to run off, and I want to make sure I got all of our terms in order. So not to pause the excitement, but we'll take like a minute break. So if anyone needs to run or do anything, I'm going to take a second to recalibrate, and we'll be back at it.
So yeah, it dawns on me. Technically, I had 3 attacks and I made them into 1, but whatever.
Yeah, someone's just
Hi.
gonna need to hold Dom so I can feed on.
I mean, I did my best, man. Like, I haunted his ass. He is haunted.
You did. No, it's gonna.
Which is really all you can do as a Malkavian.
Right?
How
Well,
long
right
does
now,
it take? How long does it take to drain a full blood pool?
it's a lot, and then you also,
Oh,
like, actually diablerizing someone takes a shit
Not
ton.
just diablerie, just draining the blood pool
Oh, okay,
before
that's good.
diablerie.
I'm pretty sure it's 1 blood per turn.
Yeah, so you're gonna be there for a while.
I'm okay with it. I'm trying.
Yeah,
And
I know.
trying to
Yeah, but, like-
diabolize than 1 HP per turn.
at least the next like 8 turns. At
Well,
least.
I'm assuming you guys are gonna finish up your end of the deal with the chick and
I already
pretty
incapacitated her.
Oh, she's gone. Well,
She's
yeah,
already
she's
incapacitated.
Yeah.
Between me and Ike, we fucked her up.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I'm-
but even it's 3 blood per turn. Then you have to do damage up to the max, then diablerie roll. So it's a long time.
Roland doesn't even know about any of that. He's just gonna be going for just
It might be instinctual. I have no idea.
I feel like it's
Oh, I know.
insane.
Oh no, but I'm just saying. Like I was like, Ike is gonna stop you, but he's not too worried at the moment.
Yeah, Angel would not be terribly happy with
Oh, yeah, I
the
had to-
number either.
Okay. I'm going to try.
Yeah, but
and-
you're gonna be
I
there
had to
for a
spend
while, so it's
blood for
okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I had to spend a blood for that haunting too, so I'm going to try and keep track of that. Which I'm actually not sure how much I had to begin with. So.
Oh, shit. Celerity takes a blood point, doesn't it?
Yeah, so does
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Celerity
So I've
does.
spent
To
4.
spend it, yes.
I have spent 4
Shit. Yeah, I've only done one so far.
because I
No.
also spent one on a quick insight.
Whose turn is it?
It's going to be a new round.
Ah!
Yeah.
Reroll?
So I have
Um,
8 blood points left.
Not necessarily. Well, yeah, it would be kind of a reroll, but a couple people are out of the running, so that's why I was recalibrating my list. You know, when you have 15 people fighting.
I don't get it. I totally get it.
Now,
All right,
now
I'll be
Ike
back.
is-
I'll be back in 1 second, and then we'll get back to.
run.
Doggos, go. Well, this is a great time for a break. Who wants to ask me something? Someone already asked me something. Barrow Dragon asks me, what is your curse? It's called Summon Mischievous Spirit. Specifically, it's a 3rd rank ritual that allows you to curse someone for up to a couple of years if you feel like you want to.
If you're feeling particularly malicious.
Yeah. To have a ghost that just kind of makes the fetter them for that time period. And just kind of chases them for forever. Why are you so sexy? It's probably the beard. Just be honest here.
I have a question for chat. If you were to be selected by one of the clans, who would come after you, and what clan would you be? Like, not what would you choose, but like, what do you fit the best? Because I know we've definitely discussed what we are, but I haven't asked this of the chat yet. So,
and also, I'm gonna while they're answering, goddamn, Cool Limb asks me, do you think the subjugation of a vampiric soul is a good thing? A good thing? I don't know if the subjugation of anything is typically a good thing, but the subjugation specifically, I'm assuming, versus a human, is it better? Well, vampires are kind of weird. They actually have like this remnant of a soul so that you can actually still do vampire things to vampires in most necromancy, which is kind of weird, unless of course they did the whole the super the vampires become 10 in humanity thing. That's
Golconda.
Yeah. That thing that's kind of Mary Sue. Yeah. It's not like, I don't think it's a good idea because they don't really have a soul in most splats. But in this splat, they have like a half remnant soul, and I just feel like if you're dealing with half remnant souls, it's just always a bad idea.
All right. To get back to it. Yvette is incapacitated, naked and sliced open on the floor. Maz is still kind of like out of it, cowering in a corner. Doesn't want anything to do with this, but realizes there's too much fighting for him to try and even like sneak out because he's in the corner. One of the ghouls kind of escaped towards the door, and the other one got like knocked on the floor by her. Roland is still sort of grappling with Dominic. Nate is still sort of grappling with the other Setite, the blonde guy. But otherwise, essentially, Angel, Kim, Felix, and Ike are free of hand. Let me get some more pumped up music going.
Yeah, fight music.
Fight music! I don't know what this one is. Nope. That was interesting.
that was definitely music that you snap to.
Let's finish the night with a song.
The song? Or
You
the
know.
The song.
The song.
Banner.
The one and only.
Burner. All right, my lovely PCs, let's get another round of initiatives going, which will probably wrap up the night.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo! Fucking shit up.
One quick note. Kozark lost internet on the laptop. I'm hoping I'm still working for now.
You are.
You seem to
Hey,
be
we
fine.
can see. Hi, how's it going?
All right,
Bonjour.
1 second.
We've got technical difficulties. Please pardon our technical difficulties.
Hey,
Woo!
would it be StorytellerSpira's channel without them?
No, it would not.
I feel like
hope to
people
one
would
day change
I
that.
feel like people would unfollow.
In the middle of I know it's New Year by night, but we've got technical difficulties.
All right, ask us any questions.
Weird
Go.
meter. Weird meter. Sorry.
Come on, improv. Chat, you're not going fast enough.
They can't even see us. We're all like half cut in half, man.
Yeah. Hold on.
Whatever. My beard.
He's messing
can
around.
talk
I don't
to
want
me.
to move. I don't want to move the
Tentacle
cameras.
difficulties. That's fucking right.
Oh, hi,
Tentacle
guys.
Difficulties.
It's Ike's fault.
Hi guys.
We have tentacle difficulties.
I'm gonna just like kill some people, and it's gonna be great.
Barrel Dragons has a question for you.
Oh, sure. What's
Yeah.
up, Barrel Dragon?
Just read it out loud for her. I don't know.
If you got 0 humanity, what's up?
Hand the character sheet to Story.
Yeah.
Story.
Actually, no. There is actually something in the rules. If you have, I'm wondering if it's even 1 humanity, but it's 1 humanity, and definitely if you hit 0, you become what is known as a wight, WIGHT, and it is its own kind of creature. You physically become more animalistic and just this own kind of horrifying, nasty creature that is only out I think in the book it says, eat, kill, sleep, and that's it. So, and I've told my players, if you ever go below 3, you pretty much need to hand the sheet to me, or we really need to talk. Did I not spell it right? WIGHT?
But to be fair, that's not the
No,
question.
it's not white like the color, but white.
I
like-
spelled it out, but yeah.
That's not the question that was asked though.
What?
When do you fall asleep and when do you wake up?
Well, that's a very good point. I would say, kind of going by the general rules about if you have lower humanity, you wake up and go to sleep. You wake up later and go to sleep earlier. I'd say a wight, if you weren't killed within a night or so, probably like kind of a crazy animal that comes out for a few hours, witching hour time. Like, definitely like not even like a bit of light in the sky.
So Spirit, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So say we make this a little complicated, and we're in Alaska. And in Alaska, the sun can be gone for 3 months or be up for 3 months. Or 3 weeks. I don't know the actual things because I'm not in Alaska. When the vampires are out, are they out for 3 weeks or 3 months or whatever the actual timeline is because of how the sun sets? And also, do they have to spend a blood point per day, or do they spend a blood point only when they sleep? I just made things complicated.
So I'm trying to finish up the initiatives while Coz tries and gets his the laptop back and working.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm asking the Alaskan question or the Russian question. How do you deal with that? Is there an actual influence to the whole camnet, if there a camnet, of like suddenly there's a bunch of political intrigue as everyone's asleep in the Alaskan time, and then suddenly everyone's awake for a random time?
Yes.
That's a good answer.
Sorry, I'm trying to do math.
Yeah, typically it's you spend a blood point to wake, which could imply that you were up. That if you're in Alaska, you spend less blood points because honestly, you're going to need it because most people are hibernating most of the year.
Wait, what are we talking about?
If you're in Alaska, where the times are completely wonky for night and sun, where you can have big giant bouts of sun or night.
Yeah, the best place in the world for vampires to vacation would be in Reykjavik or Helsinki.
Now,
Pretty
however,
much.
that's also the biggest spots for Lupin. So,
I mean, that's fair. But like, if you stay firmly in the city. Oh, that's some smashing lipstick, Dame.
Fuck yeah. Fucking found this on sale at a CVS.
I'm super the fuck into that. All right, so Spira and Koznark need to just like share a screen.
Right?
I think they live like within a couple miles of each other, so like Koznark could drive down there. Nah, Koznark could drive down there. Like it'd be pretty quick.
just usually don't wear funky lipstick colors because Kim wouldn't wear funky lipstick colors. So
if a mage turned a gangrel into a lawn chair, would it keep the ears?
No. Go away.
I will come up with a philosophical question for every clan being turned into a lawn chair.
I think someone
Okay,
had, like, if
we're
you turn
close.
Kane into a lawn chair, and the answer is you're not going to turn Kane into a lawn chair.
It depends on how powerful. If you're an ascended mage, you could.
Or you couldn't. It depends how powerful is Kane.
If it fits your paradigm, you're good.
How powerful is Kane? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The question stipulates that you have already done it. It's a matter of I'm just like assuming that you have a mage that is more powerful than Kane. Assuming that there is a mage more powerful than Kane, how does the 7 again rule work on the mage? That's the question.
I'm going to say if you have a mage that's more powerful than Kane, they're probably not going to waste their time with a lawn chair.
I'm just curious how the 7 again rule works on a mage. That's really the question here.
Is that the re-roll if you get a 7 kind of thing?
No, it's Kane has the ability that anything you do to Kane will come back on you 7-fold. So if you stab him and do 1 damage, you take 7 damage back.
Oh, I did not know that.
Back in session.
That's why the question is.
Koznark is back on camera. He should be back in voice in a moment. But to continue real quick, our lowest is actually Felix. Felix, what do you feel like doing in this mess of fighting?
I feel like having a turn in the beginning and then a turn at the end. That's what I feel like doing.
Okay.
Let's see. Am I allowed to do a spell and dodge? I don't want to attack with it. I just want to do it.
Well, yeah, because it kind of depends on what it is, but yeah, essentially certain disciplines are considered like automatic. They don't take turns. Like turning on your auspex is automatic. You can do that while still like stabbing someone. So just let me know what you're thinking of doing.
11 bolt at the highest voltage.
Right.
And just making sure someone doesn't touch me, because honestly, if they touch me, what does 11 bolt do?
What does it do, boys and girls? Okay, so Felix is charging himself up, his little electric attack, and prepared to also dodge from anyone that attacks him. That's fine. Next we have Roland. You're grappling with Dominic, but he's not doing too well. Still just trying to get all that delicious juice out of him.
I'd imagine it's probably looking pretty comical, but yeah, just mouth open. trying to just do that bite.
All right. Oh, and actually, Dominic is actually lower initiative than you. So he's gonna be trying to get away. So let's actually. All right, so he's going to be trying to get away. You're trying to hold onto him. That's the order. Then we're going to come back. Ike, what are you doing?
What do you call it? Damn it, the shroud thing. Sorry, I'm still opening like 50 tabs.
I know, sorry.
Spending 1 blood and filling the air with the shroud.
Not the shadow.
To move it to specific people or the whole room?
Just fill the goddamn room up. Let's go.
All right. Kim, what are you doing next? Or are you just kind of like keeping concentration on Dominic? I mean, you did haunting, so.
Yeah, but I don't need to do it again. Like once it's done, it's done. Mm-hmm. Fuck, who else needs to be
Shroud of the Night.
fucked with?
I hear Dom does.
Yeah, but like I already did that.
Yeah, but like do it again.
No, but like
Nate is wrestling. Nate is wrestling with someone in the corner.
Today, it would just extend till tomorrow.
Nate is
Dom's
wrestling
sire
with a
is still
blonde
technically
guy.
alive.
You guys pretty much got that covered.
Nate's wrestling with a blonde guy in the corner.
All right, I am gonna go ahead and do the same thing to that blonde guy then.
All right, and then we have. Oh, blonde guy is actually before you. Still just trying to like get Nate off of him, basically. Then we have Nate and Angel. You have the highest initiatives, so go ahead and tell me what you're gonna do.
Nate, you tried with me, motherfucker. All right, go ahead.
Yep. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna keep attacking him. Stab, stab, stab.
All right. Yeah. Nate, go ahead and roll your Dex and Melee.
God damn it!
Oh,
God
look at
damn
those
it.
little 10s just disappearing.
3 successes.
Yeah, and still not bad though. Okay, blonde guy tried to dodge, did not. So you got 3 successes. Go ahead and roll 3 for your damage.
Dose.
Yeah, he already had, I think one, like a little bit of damage, but almost nothing, because you guys kind of like were, grappling. His soak just basically took care of that knife. You mainly got into it. But, taking 2 hits, he's definitely had injured. And next is Kim with your haunting. Go ahead and roll that for blonde guy.
Alrighty, it is the difficulty.
I didn't do a thing.
It is the difficulty of his perception.
Oh yeah, Angel.
plus
No,
self-control.
real quick before Kim, because Angel didn't. Well, Angel, you didn't tell me what you wanted to do.
I'm going to stake Dom, if possible.
Okay.
And that's my whole action. I'm not going to dodge. I'm not going to celerity. I'm just going to stake.
Okay. Just calculating difficulty. Dex melee 8. Because Roland kind of has a hold of him. He's moving around a bit, but he's not, like, running.
What the hell?
Wow.
Wow. That is a 10 and 4 1s.
At least you
Ow.
got that 10.
That is dramatic.
Angel goes diving at Dom, trying to stake him, but between Roland and Dom grappling and Dominic's erratic movements, Angel kind of slips, and his knife kind of actually just slips along his skin and ends up going like kind of between his arm and his chest, not actually penetrating into his body yet. Now Kim. With blonde guy, go ahead and roll your haunting.
It's difficulty of his perception plus some. Fuck, hold on. Self-control. Perception plus self-control. What's the difficulty?
5.
5?
Yeah, he's kind of a dumb guy.
Well, let's see. Oh, I rolled. What the fuck? Oh, it did the compound. Did the exploding. Okay. Oh, so one of my 10s exploded twice.
That's you got enough for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
You're fine. So you haunt blonde guy that is wrestling with Nate, and this very similar to the way Dom reacted. Like his hands immediately go to his head, and he just starts like kind of babbling, just sounding completely lost in his own mind, like can't control what he's saying or doing, and he actually just starts like almost like kind of falling to the ground, like he falls to his knees. Next we have, well, would have been blonde guy, but he's out of the running. And Ike, what was your move again?
Do I get hold on.
By the way, slightly kind of forgot to mention, it's a little loud in here, but anyone maybe paying attention hears a lot of commotion outside the room, clamoring down the stairs, bit of what the hell's going on shouts here and there.
Do I get to attack along with summoning a Shroud of Night? I think so, but I keep getting these rules wrong and I feel really bad.
That looks like an auto, not like it necessarily takes a full round. It's not. It's a manipulation occult, so that's not like a physical action. So I'm gonna say you can do that, and yeah, at least like a simple action. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely just got a yes and a no. 2 yeses and a no.
I'm gonna say because it's a manipulation occult ability, I'll at least let him pull it out. And depending on what the physical action is, depending.
I mean, it's against certain... Is she still in snake form, even though she's incapacitated? Does she turn back to a person? Or, well, a human form?
She did. I told you, she's naked on the ground, sliced up.
I was probably somewhere else.
I said it like 3 times, but okay.
Disconnected. Yes, I disconnected. Whatever. Anyway, sure, yeah.
Alright, so Ike pulls out Shroud of Night into the room.
Yeah. I believe the room's small enough to fill the entire room?
Yes, I believe so.
Each success is 10 foot in diameter, so I get 40 foot in diameter.
Yeah, no, maybe like the very corners of the room where like the actual lights are, if you stood right next to them, but from sort of your center will be fine.
So essentially filling the room, which causes everything to go quiet and dark.
Quiet and dark?
Quiet. All sound is dampened.
The moment that happens, I switch to scent.
And increased vision does not help at all.
That's why I switched to scent.
Shroud should happen at the end of time?
At the end of time.
Sorry,
At the end of
round.
time.
I mean, yes, it is
sound
blood
and
expense.
vision. Yeah, sound and vision will both go at the end of time.
Alright, and Roland, you're near the end. Felix and Dom have the lowest, but you're still just trying to drink that juice box?
So is that a no on attacking?
Because it's a blood expenditure, like that was a good point. I think that might have to be a turn.
Wait, Shroud of the...
Yeah.
No, what? Where's Shroud of the Night blood expend? What?
Oh no, it's a roll.
Not according to reference Fury thing. That's... I don't know if you're thinking...
No.
So Shadow Play is 1 blood point.
It is a hard maybe. Yeah, alright. What was the action you
Skip
wanted
it,
to take
it's
anyway?
fine. No, never mind. I was just literally gonna get on top of the girl on the floor and tear her jaw off from her mouth or from her face.
Well,
She is incapacitated, so
yes. But real quick, I want to double check with Roland real quick. What was your action?
So wait, can I see or can I not see?
You've kind of been enveloped in this cloud, but you can feel things, and you're still holding on to Dom, and you were drinking his blood.
That's true. I was holding on to him. All right, then yeah, we'll go for the same action. We'll go for the bite.
Okay. Now finishing off Felix, you have just kind of had this shroud come over everything, and you were kind of engulfed in it.
Oh,
Oh,
do I need to roll something?
depends on what you were thinking you wanted to do. This has happened before your turn.
Oh, for the shroud.
The shroud occurs, so now you're like in darkness and it sounds just quiet. All that like screaming and yelling and fighting is kind of like...
You know what the 11 bolt's really good at? Making light.
This isn't normal darkness. This is advanced darkness.
I don't know what I'm doing. I will just still make my 11 bolt because I feel like that might make light. If it
Sure.
doesn't, learned experiment.
Are you gonna like arc it out or just kind of try to brighten up your own area?
In general, it lights up kind of like a low light situation around him. It just from how charged he is, it's the electricity zapping around.
So you're not gonna shock in a random direction and hope you hit a bad guy.
I had to touch someone physically. So if I run into someone, there's going to be a surprise.
So Felix is going to little bit of an electric eel, kind of brighten up his electric field around yourself. You're gonna notice you still can't see.
I do need to roll for this, though.
No. You don't even need to roll, because even if you succeed, you're not gonna see anything. I'm gonna even like kind of like auto let you like say you succeed, and you're gonna notice it does almost nothing, which makes you, and you can almost like feel this darkness on you. It's like got that kind of difference between being in air and being in water. So you realize this is something supernatural.
okay, so I can't see shit.
No.
To be scientific about this.
Yes.
Well, I have this spell. I'm in front of the only door. I think it's the only door, right?
You're, you're pretty near the door.
Oh, I was just sitting in front of the door.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to go by it. So if this is the only door, the only way to get out is touching me. No touch.
No touch.
No touch. I mean that's pretty much what I'll do is just hold up this door for this turn. And I'm gonna laugh at whatever the hell the mischievous spirit might be doing in the darkness. Just throwing shit.
Right. And, I had mixed hopes about tonight. I was scared it would go too quickly and scared it would take too long, and apparently it was the latter. I do need to wrap up because I got work tomorrow and all that, and I know a couple of you do too as well. So this will actually have to be sort of a two-parter episode. We will come back next Tuesday and see exactly how this all turns out. It's looking pretty good for our gang, honestly, but you never know what could happen. We got Daddy Darkness outside the door, and Benedict, who you never know what the hell he's gonna get up to. But yeah, I will have to unfortunately kind of cat it here for now. Thank you everybody who came out and watched live tonight. Thank you to everybody who's followed us on YouTube. It's been great. We've seen so many like new people over the last couple weeks, especially in the Discord. If you're here on Twitch, our Discord links below. YouTube should also be in the description. Join us there. Talk to the PCs and myself. We just talk about World of Darkness and tabletop games all the time.
And just nerd shit.
Huh?
And just nerd shit.
Yeah, and just nerd shit. We just goof off. We've got meme channels and music and all kinds of fun stuff. It's a great time. So thank you all. And I'm getting over being sick. So
Outro.
So yes, I will do the outro. But we will be back this Friday. We will be doing something on Friday nights. And I will be back next Tuesday. We will see what happens with the rest of the club. And just before I do the outro, everybody say bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.